Sure, our hosts understand what a scratch golfer is. So we're at the Memorial.
Sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling and Orthopedic One. The Fan.
Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
And here we go on a Thursday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer Mark the Shark back in studio. We are live out at the Memorial Tournament, Muirfield Village Golf Club, on what is a beautiful morning out at Jack's Place. Bob, great to talk to you, buddy.
Live and hyper-local, Beam. That's what we're all about here. Fun, drama, day filled with hijinks, entertainment, all the things that you're looking for. We're going to learn something new today. We're going to have a good time. And this weather, there's always some trepidation around it because last week, outside of Sunday being a little hit or miss,
it was great.
You couldn't have got a better Wednesday to Saturday.
You knew you were going to get banged. You knew you were going to get banged this week, but it's turning out to be pretty good.
It was great. You know what? We're going to get the Wednesday night rain.
Yeah.
Going to rain really hard, which is what we needed. Get everything softened up a little bit. Then it'll firm up by the weekend. And it's going to be dry and pretty darn nice. So you know what? Being out here is always fun. It's always a fun drive up. Always so many great memories from being out here or lack thereof. We'll talk to AJ and Schleggs about that tomorrow or not Schleggs, I guess, just AJ.
Well, he can call in if he wants.
Yeah, I guess
he might be a little bit busy.
Yeah, we'll talk to him Tuesday. He'll rehash those afterwards. But just some of the great stuff going on, all the great memories we had out here. Schleggs will tell us the story about it's awesome. Like, talks to Will Smith on the team, you know, about his dad coming out here with us back in the day. So it'll be very, very entertaining. A lot of fun, and we're excited to be out here, as always. One of my favorite times of the year, the unofficial start to summer in Ohio. And thankfully, Beam, we're getting a nice, dry, beautiful day. A little muggy today, but it's not going to be hot, so you can kind of deal with it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a great day as you hear the leaf blowers going in the background. I mean, grounds crew out here this morning. I don't even know what time they get here, 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever.
Shark passes them.
I think he does. I think Shark does pass him on his way in. Shark, you should have just stopped in here this morning and helped these guys out, mow the first cut and everything. But, yeah, it's going to be a remarkable week. Golf goes off this morning at 7:40. Davis Thompson, your first pro out, actually playing with Maxwell Moldovan, former Buckeye golfer, just coming off of the NCAAs last week. So he's the player marker in that group. So it goes off bright and early at 7:40 a.m., what should be a fantastic day in golf, which is always one of the special weeks here out at Muirfield Village Golf Club. We got an awesome show lined up for you here this morning. I mean, it's power-packed. NFL and college football, they already have a scheduling conflict. The times and dates of the first college football playoff game in the expanded field of 12 got released yesterday. The Browns made some history yesterday since their first, reappearance back in 1999. We'll get into that a little bit later.
25 years, baby.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later in the 6 o'clock hour. And then power-packed program from there. Former Buckeye, NFLer, congressman, player, I'm going to say winner of the Pro-Am yesterday. I don't know if that's true or not, but we're just going to say it.
I was going to say, I didn't hear that.
Gonzo, Anthony Gonzalez, he's going to join the program coming up at 7:35. Albert Breer of the MMQB, he's going to relive some of the memories, if he has any, from the Memorial Tournament being in college. He's going to join us at 8:05. And then Buckeye's very busy on the trail. Burm is going to join us coming up here at 8:35. So lots to get into today. Before we do anything else, it is Thursday, the 6th day of June, 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, here we go. It is Thursday, June 6th, the 158th day of the year, 208 days remaining. Paper's getting a little limp here.
Oh, yeah, it's a little moist.
The moisture out here is very high. This date, 1833, Andrew Jackson becomes the first president to ever ride on a train.
How about that?
Yeah, that's...
I think the Secret Service was nervous about that?
I don't know if they had Secret Service. He actually gunned a man down in a duel, so he may have been his own Secret Service.
Yeah, I'll protect myself.
Beam, do you know what President Andrew Jackson was?
20th.
Come on. 1833?
That sounds about right.
That doesn't sound about right. Lincoln was 16.
15.
That's Andrew Johnson, not Andrew Jackson.
I don't know. What number was he?
He was number 7. Am I correct on that, Shark?
Andrew Jackson.
That's right.
There we go.
Exactly
Listen,
right.
I've tried to get the first 10 down for Shark so I can start building my, building out my presidential history when he retires. So I've got a year left to do it.
I got a long way to go.
Shark learned something new every day, or yesterday, because on 1844, the YMCA was founded, Young Men Christians Association.
Young men.
Well, I mean, we should have dressed up like some of the folks singing that.
Well, didn't you do that?
Well, yeah, that was for AJ's wedding 20 years ago, or I guess 18 years ago. Beam, do you know where it was founded?
I'm going to say somewhere in Ohio.
Are you from London?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, but Shark was like disappointed because I thought it was an American institution.
I did too.
Yeah, well, exactly.
We've been rused.
Absolutely. This date, 1892, the Chicago L, the elevated train, begins operations. This date, 1933, the first drive-in movie theater opens in Camden, New Jersey.
That's big time ball.
Not many left anymore. There's still one called the Skyview down in Lancaster, which is absolutely tremendous.
When's the last time you've been down there?
You know, I went maybe a year or two ago. I think we took RJ, some of his buddies, like for his birthday. Like, we went down, they hiked, did some cool stuff, went to the drive-in. They had a good time.
The double feature.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's tremendous. I really enjoy that. You know, you can slide on in there, get some good snacks. This date, 1934, Franklin Delano Roosevelt signs the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 into law, beginning the SEC and regulation on Wall Street. This date, 1942, one of the biggest battles in the history of World War II in the Pacific Theater, the Battle of Midway, where the U.S. decimated the Japanese fleet, destroying 4 aircraft carriers out there and another destroyer, and absolutely crippling them. I was over half of their fleet at that point, so well done by the U.S. Navy, tipping their hat to them. This date, 1944, baseball cancels games due to Beam D-Day. 150,000, they say 160, somewhere in there, Allied troops as they invaded Normandy. It was referred to as Operation Overlord, and saw a lot of great stuff. There's they were doing some honoring of World War II vets, those that are remaining back in Normandy, France.
I saw that yesterday.
Pretty darn powerful stuff, man. And I always like to give the French a lot of crap, but they did a good job honoring our troops yesterday.
One of the most infamous days of all time.
Oh, it was
in history.
They said Eisenhower. I don't know if you've heard this, Shark. They said Eisenhower had 2 letters written, one if it worked and one if it didn't.
Wow.
And if it didn't, that was going to he had his resignation prepared and ready to turn over at that point to FDR, given everything that had happened. This date, 1946, the NBA is formed with 11 teams. The association begins. And then this date, 1966, some more professional sports news. The AFL and NFL announce their merger.
Not everybody was happy with the agreement. That's an understatement. The 2 leagues had been fighting with each other from 1960 to 1966, and a lot of acrimony was built up during that time. One of the really difficult situations to resolve was reconfiguring the conferences. 3 NFL teams were being asked to move into the lesser league. At least that's the way they viewed it. How that was going to get done was a very complicated issue.
Art Modell's Browns and Art Rooney's Steelers were joined by the Baltimore Colts in the AFC. Their concession helped finalize the merger and created some of the NFL's best rivalries.
And before you played that, Shark, I was going to ask Beam if he knew the Browns, Colts, and Steelers were the 3 that flipped over.
Now I know.
Now you learn something new every day, Beam, which is key. This date, 1971, Willie Mays, Shark was even amazed by this yesterday, records his final and record-setting 22nd extra inning home run. So that's a lot. I go, well, he played a long time, Shark. So
yeah, but still 22 extra inning home runs. He
hit a lot of dingers. And if that was a Tuesday, it would have been a nice deal for everybody on FanDuel.
$5 for every one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And then on this date, 1979, Willie Horton is the 43rd player to hit 300 home runs. We got some birthdays today. Born on this date, 1867, David T. Abercrombie, the creator of the lifestyle brand Beam that bears his name. Bill Dickey, born on this date, 1907. Former MLB player and manager, went to 8 World Series, won 7 of them. Pretty darn good.
It's an impeccable record.
Really is. Tommy Smith turning 80 today. Former player in the AFL and world record holder and gold medalist in the 200 meters in the 68 Olympics. First man to break 20 seconds in the 200 meters. Colin Quinn of SNL turning 68. My man, Colon.
The preamble says, we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, because perfect is fine for other countries, I respect that. More perfect is better for this country. And more perfect is very expensive, Plastic surgery, more perfect, Establish justice, that laws, lawyers, lawsuits, ensure domestic tranquility. You know how much money it costs to keep 300 million people tranquil every year? You need jobs, you need, gadgets for everybody, food, antidepressants, tranquilizers.
Little Colin Quinn from SNL right there.
Is he from Boston, I'm guessing?
I think whoever he was playing there was probably a New York or Boston, probably more Boston. 68, though. Crazy to believe that he's that old. Rothman's favorite tennis player of all time. 11 slams, 5 straight Wimbledon championships. The Swede himself, sweet hair back in the day. Bjorn Borg turning 68 as well. And then one of my favorite actors, man. He's been in so much. Cinderella Man's probably my favorite role, and I'm glad Shark scooped this up. Paul Giamatti turning 57 years young.
You got guys fighting an elimination series over who gets a shot at Max Baer for the championship in June. John Henry Lewis, he's your number 2 in line. Say you put Braddock back in a game against Lewis. Lewis wins, you get your revenge on Braddock, and your boy has gotten a top-flight tune-up, and what happens? You make more money. Say, on the other hand, by some minute infinitesimal chance, God forbid, Braddock beats Lewis, oh, now you got a sentimental favorite go up and lose against Lasky, and what happens? You make more money. Either way, you're a richer man with Braddock back in the ring than if he's not. And come on, don't be foolish. We both know the name of this game. And it sure as hell ain't pugilism.
It's a great line.
I love him.
It's he's one of the best actors, one of the more underrated actors you're ever going to see. He does a great job and can play a ton of different roles. Was terrific.
Did you ever watch his miniseries that he did on HBO where it's just called John Adams. So he plays John Adams and it chronicles his life. It's really solid.
You know what? I haven't seen that and I really want to be. I'm glad
we have the DVD at home. I'll bring it for you. We do. I think it might be the last DVD we've ever. For some reason, Meredith loves Paul Giamatti, and that's her favorite Paul Giamatti work.
That's terrific. It's probably really good. He's also great in Billions, lots of other stuff.
And Big Fat Liar.
Absolutely. Turning 39 today, Becky Sauerbrunn, the captain of the U.S. Women's National Team, 2 World Cups, gold medal, pretty well accomplished there.
Coming off an ACL tear, I believe.
39. You think she's got another one in her?
No, because they just had the World Cup last year.
She got an Olympics in her.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's coming up. So
it is.
We got that coming here thick and fast. DeAndre Nuke Hopkins turning 32 today. He's still with the Titans, I believe. I was looking that up. I struggle to remember where he was at. And then one of the great Pennsylvania quarterbacks of all time. Started with the Panthers, went to the Steelers, now with the Eagles. The Picketster, Kenny Pickett. Long may he reign. Turning 26 years young today. Some passings today. Give me liberty or give me death. Patrick Henry passing away on this date, 1799. And then RFK, the guy called Bobby Kennedy, passing away on this date, 1968, after being shot yesterday by Sirhan Sirhan. Some holidays observances today. It is D-Day Invasion Anniversary Day, Drive-In Movie Day, National Applesauce Cake Day, National Eyewear Day, National Gardening Exercise Day, Higher Education Day, Hunger Awareness. How about that? Russian Language Day, which is a big day for Shark. That way he can fly that Russian flag. Him and Putin can sit there and do some of their Rosetta Stone together and feel good about life. And YMCA Day. And as I mentioned before, the turning point of World War II, D-Day, happening on this date. Back in 1944. So, huge date. Thank you to all those who were a part of that, who are still alive with us, as that changed the course of world history. You're also of Europe would probably be speaking German, Beam. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances. For this date, June 6th, Thursday, the first competition round day of the Memorial, the 158th day of the year. 208 days remaining this 2024.
Very well done to that, Bob. As always, again, we are live out of the Memorial Tournament. Golf gets underway around 7:40 here this morning. The NFL and college football already have a scheduling conflict on our hands. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now, expect lane closures on US 42 out in Plain City. This is heading northbound right near Hickory Ridge Road. There is a crash cruiser working to clear up. Also, a crash on State Route 37 eastbound just beyond Joe Walker Road. This is out in Sunbury. Expect lane closures over there. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Your roof took a beating from winter storms, spring rain, and sun damage. Call Legacy Roofing Services before that crack or seam becomes a major leak, costing thousands of dollars. Call Legacy today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
There's a little slice of heaven in a country road's escape. Pure perfection in the form of uncrowded nature. Over 1.5 million acres of parks and public lands. From mountain biking to stargazing, churning white water to quiet trout streams far off the grid. Almost heaven is down to earth in West Virginia. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia, often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Ah, the sweet sounds of spring. Baseball, birds, and the glorious hum of a freshly tuned AC system. Don't sweat it. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling Team, 614-333-9720, or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
Rothman and Ice.
Speaking of like jettison some excess fuel, it felt like Michigan was doing that. And if anyone is not on board, we'll cut them loose. And they did.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
I have done in my career literally thousands of joint replacements.
Meet Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, National Medical Director at QC Kinetics, an acclaimed orthopedic surgeon who now advises patients try all they can do to avoid the knife and consider regenerative medicine.
I myself was able to continue skiing for 10 years after my knees started to be a problem because I accessed regenerative medicine.
Now, after 20 years of study, research, teaching, publications, and clinical experience, Dr. Scheinkup is regarded as one of America's true pioneers.
This is the future of medicine.
Dr. Scheinkup came to QC Kinetics after seeing what they were doing around the country, helping tens of thousands of patients get lasting relief from joint pain with no surgery and no drugs.
QC is so far ahead of the game in its science, its protocols, its people, its facilities.
Call now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Every year, Adult Protective Services receives thousands of reports of elder abuse, exploitation, and neglect in Ohio. When a report is received, Adult Protective Services can check in and provide help if needed. If someone you know is showing signs of elder maltreatment, don't hesitate to call 855-OHIO-APS. Let's work together to help every Ohioan age safely.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Look for clearing skies. The sun will come out as we head throughout the morning hours. Later on today, we're going around 80 degrees for the high. Tonight, expect dry conditions. And then as we go into tomorrow, look for partly to mostly sunny skies with highs in the middle 70s. That's your latest forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Beamer and Shark love baseball. Bobby wants to murder Rob Manfred with his bare hands. See? A little something for everyone. This is Morning Juice.
Here's along here, Thursday edition of the program. Brandon B, Bobby Carpenter, Sharky back in studio. We are live out at the Memorial Tournament. We want to thank Ohio for Responsible Gambling and Orthopedic One for sponsoring our Memorial Tournament broadcast. Should be an unbelievable day here at Muirfield Village Golf Club. Sun just cresting, Bob, over the trees. I don't personally see one cloud in the sky for a nice little bluebird day that we have here on day one of the Memorial Tournament. Should be unbelievable here a little bit later on this morning and then through round number one this afternoon.
Looks absolutely tremendous. I'm excited for the sun to come out and burn off some of this moisture beam. The moisture wicking. We got a nice little coat on, feeling good out here, but all that rain last night. It was pouring in my house.
I heard it at like 10 o'clock, right when I was going to bed, and then I didn't hear anything. Did we get it like later on last night?
I think so. It's probably time. I mean, I woke up and it was pouring pretty hard. It woke me up a couple times. So yeah, it was loud. We got all that, but now we're out of the way and ready to rock.
Absolutely, man. Should be a great one. Again, golfers going out at 7:40 this morning. First tee times underway. Davis Thompson playing alongside Maxwell Moldovan. Buckeye getting to play as the player marker in this week's Memorial Tournament, which is rather sweet. Best part of the day for us, I just saw Chef Steven. We just saw him during the break. He rolled by. He goes, "Hey, boys, breakfast is on the way." I said, "You're the absolute man." So super, super pumped about that. Excited to see what he's got in store for us. But should be a great day here out at the Memorial Tournament. I don't want to say college football has a problem on its hands. We're all looking forward to the 12-team college playoff, I think, just to see how it works. And I guess we could get into a little bit later on, blowing past the stop sign and going from 12 teams to 16 teams, how that's already on the table, Bob. But they do have a slight issue on their hands. I mean, how many times during the year do we talk about NFL TV ratings and how they're just monstrous, right?
They are. It's by far the highest rated content you are going to find on television across all networks, whether it's ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, ESPN. Whenever there's NFL games on, they are going to rate through the roof. They're the only ones that have really killed it in streaming as well with Amazon Prime and
Peacock game, the Dolphins and the Chiefs, a playoff game on Peacock.
Which you had to get that.
Like 20 million people for a stream only. Like, that's pretty impressive.
It's huge. And so they're a monster. They're a behemoth. They're followed by college football, but it's really a distant second. And then even after college football, there's a little bit of a drop. But it's the NFL, and then two spaces, and then everybody, and then college football.
So the first playoff game in the new 12-team college football playoff format will be Friday, December 20th. All right, so that's going to be a Friday evening. There are no issues right there. 8 o'clock, first playoff round. And again, those will be the home site games, the first round games. And then you go to your traditional bowl sites for like the quarterfinals. They go there to a neutral site. But the first round, the home games, are going to be played the weekend of December 20th. Again, Friday, December 20th, no problem. You run into an issue.
It's not bad because you're going into the holidays. Like a lot of you feel like people are kind of on vacation. If it's Friday the 20th, that would put Christmas on what, a Tuesday that year? Wednesday?
Tuesday.
You made me do the calendar. We have to look through this
Wednesday.
now.
Wednesday.
Wednesday? Yeah. So it's Christmas will be on a Wednesday. So like most people are probably not going to be working Monday and Tuesday. So you're kind of leading into that Friday. You do have some holiday parties and stuff. There's some viewing opportunities. Don't love the Friday night viewing, but with how that kind of sits up, it's kind of like holidays sitting around.
Mm-hmm. Next week you're going into Christmas week.
Yeah. Not bad.
Traditionally, you're probably done working for that time of the year. Either you're taking the week off or the week between Christmas and New Year's off. Noon Eastern time on Saturday, December 21st, and 4 o'clock on the 21st as well. And they got a night game at 8 o'clock are your other 3-pack of games. Now, the problem stands here is that the Texans and Chiefs kick off at 1 o'clock on NBC right during the first viewing window of the first of, I guess the first of the day, the second game of the college football playoff. And then after that, it's the Steelers and Ravens at 4:30. I feel like they married these 4 teams together too, because it's kind of like an in-season round robin, right?
Yeah.
Like they're playing a little bit earlier, and then I think they're playing like what are they, Wednesday or something crazy? Yeah, because they're all playing Christmas Day. That's right. They're playing Christmas Day, so they're moving the schedule. But I don't want to say it's a nightmare for college football. But the NFL will outrate them 100% on what should be one of their biggest days of the year.
This is what's tough is the NFL they had taken all these games in Saturday, and the college football probably should have gotten to this a little bit earlier, but they started taking these Saturdays because they were unclaimed. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, as part of the antitrust exemption that was given that also helped bring the Saints into existence, part of that was done with the expectation, I don't know if it was explicitly written in there, expressly quantified, but that they would not play on Saturdays through the month of November. And then that's why when you would see, because the season's always ended then, maybe the first week of December. And then now you have begun to see, them start sprinkling in games on Saturdays, which honestly for fans has been great because it gives us something to watch on Saturday. Well, now college football is trying to juggle this back and forth, and it's a tough spot to be in because they want to take something back, and the NFL is kind of already anchored in on it. I'm hoping that there'll be, moving forward, some negotiations about how to figure this out and how to kind of work it out the best way they can, because I don't want to have to click back and forth between NFL and college football. I
don't either, and
I don't want a 2-boxer.
I don't even want the multi-box going either. I want my undivided attention.
Games.
Yeah, I want my undivided attention to be on a college football playoff game, as it should be. But at the same time, I realize, oh boy, I should probably watch what CJ and Patrick Mahomes are doing.
So you said Pittsburgh and Baltimore playing that day?
It's Pittsburgh and Baltimore in the 4:30 slot, and then it is Chiefs and Texans in the 1 o'clock spot.
So imagine, I just want to think about this prospectively, because Pennsylvania, pretty good football state. I mean, you got Penn State in the middle. People care about that, as referenced by their high ratings and the fact that 100,000 people go to the games. You've got the Houston Texans, which they're a very good team now, and state of Texas, which has multiple colleges that people really care about, especially UT. Imagine if that day somehow you get the combination of a Penn State and a Texas playing in either one of those windows against one of those teams. I guarantee you the state governors will be very upset, because there'll be people that are upset. We want to see them both.
Well, and there's a high likelihood of that, too.
I mean, those are two teams that have a very real possibility of playing at those times, making the CFP this year, being in those situations. And those are areas of the country where people will be furious about it, where, hey, which game am I supposed to choose if I go to one? Am I going to watch the other one on my phone? Like that, it's putting people in a very bad and precarious situation. And I think it wouldn't surprise me if you see some sort of governmental intervention on this. You can't get the government to do anything. Yeah. But I'll tell you this, you know what winning votes, winning matters are? Sports related. It gets more sports to the people that want them, to their constituents, because that is not a partisan matter. Everybody cares about that. So I'm curious to see kind of where this goes. And if that should happen, which, like Beam, you said, that's a very real, those are two teams.
Take this hypothetical for a situation. Texas doesn't win the SEC, right? I mean, it's their first year in the SEC. They don't win. They're the 5th seed, 6th seed, 7th seed, 8th seed, whatever. Penn State comes 3rd in the Big Ten. Oregon, Ohio State, name your other teams. Michigan in there as a defending national champion. I don't know what they're going to be this year. But still, all of a sudden they find themselves 9th, 10th, 11th seed. They're playing each other, or they're playing at those times in those spots in the first round.
I think it's more probable that Texas and Penn State are both in than neither one of them is
correct.
In.
1,000%.
And I think the probability of them, both of those teams, not winning their conference but getting in, meaning they're playing on that opening weekend, I think has a high likelihood as well. So that there's going to be some issues, sir, and it's not going to be a friendly situation, to say the least, as they continue to move forward and figure that out, because I can't. Governors of those respective states are sent, all of their politicians will not be happy if they're trying to sit there and pit fan bases. There's a large overlap on that Venn diagram, just like there is if somehow on God's green earth the Browns and
the Buckeyes are
playing
at
meaningful
the same time.
games, or the Bengals, and you have teams overlapping like that. Like that, or Michigan and the Lions, you would have serious issues, and people will be very upset.
Hey, I just dropped a knowledge bomb on Shark. The Browns made some history since their return in 1999 yesterday. We'll get into that next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic. From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. 2 crashes to let you know about. First on State Route 37 out in Sunbury. Expect lane closures in those eastbound lanes just beyond Joe Walker Road because of a crash. Also a heads up to Plain City drivers. Expect lane closures due to a crash on US 42 northbound right at Hickory Ridge Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your fan traffic.
Are you confident letting just anyone on the roof of your home? I'm Craig Schottenstein, owner of Schottenstein Roofing. Our team is dedicated to delivering outstanding value on every roof we repair or replace. Schottenstein Roofing. Go to schottensteinroofing.com.
Hey there, friends, it's Bo Bishop here, and I want you to picture this. Cannonballs into the lake, s'mores at the fire pit, sleeping under the stars. Well, that could be you when you visit my friends at RCD RV. RCD is having its summer open house, and you don't want to miss it. Huge RV savings all month long in June. New travel trailers as low as $14,995. The area's widest selection, over 600 new and pre-owned RVs in stock. Start your summer adventure at RCD RV. Visit one of the 3 Central Ohio locations or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Whether you're popping the question or ready to say I do, there's only one true jeweler to shop for your one true love. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. As a true jeweler, we not only have luxury designer collections to meet your bridal needs, but we also have talented in-house designers who can create something truly one of a kind. For more than 75 years, our expert staff has been caring for couples just like you and providing the absolute lowest prices guaranteed. Visit the Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or Easton Town Center. The possibilities are endless.
Another day is here, and you're ready for it. What to wear? Check. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Check. Planning for what's next and how to save for it? That's where Bank of America can help. For your financial to-dos, Bank of America has experts ready to help get you closer to your goals. Get started at one of our Central Ohio financial centers or 24/7 in our mobile banking app. Find a location near you at bankofamerica.com/talktous. What would you like the power to do? Mobile banking requires downloading the app and is only available for select devices. Message and data rates may apply. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Bishop and Friends.
They used it as a rallying point and it worked for them. And
so you're saying they leaked themselves? That wouldn't be the weirdest thing he's ever done.
Bishop and Friends.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. It is almost that time for Columbus's biggest golf event of the year.
Yep, the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino is giving away all sorts of prizes for their Memorial Wager and Win drawings on Thursday, June 6th at 6 p.m.
When?
Thursday, June 6th at 6 p.m.
You can win fabulous prizes like memorial tournament tickets, golf clubs, and more now until June 6th.
Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from the other window place.
So, Wilson, you're running a window deal.
Yep. Buy one window, get 2 free. Or 5 or 10. It's all the same.
Oh.
Well, it's not real, but it sounds good to the buyer, so...
That does not sound good.
Oh, it is not. What's your deal?
So we have 5 different window lines so that all budgets can afford Pella without an unreal deal.
Lame.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Free is key during Craftsman Days at Lowe's. Right now, get 1 free Select V20 tool when you buy a Select Battery 2-pack. Plus, get your choice of a V20 drill or impact driver kit for $69. Don't miss your chance to save on the high-quality, high-performance tools you need during Craftsman Days. Because Lowe's knows tools. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/19 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's sea to shining sea, and water damage as far as the eye can see.
It's America.
It's freshly mowed grass and a fence that was freshly vandalized by a pack of unruly teens.
It's America.
It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. Feel great, Columbus.com. The Fan.
If this show made a scented candle, it would smell like bad coffee, unwashed jockstrap, and grass clippings.
I wasn't sure how you take your coffee.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
So, mouth or enema?
Thursday edition of the program. Brandon B., Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark back in studio. We are live out at the Memorial Tournament for round number 1. Play begins around 1 hour from right now over at Jack's Place, setting up to be a pretty salacious day here, Bob. I don't see much movement up on the driving range.
No.
It's kind of the quiet before the storm here as we get going. I'll say this, though, for 6:35 in the morning, it is drop-dead gorgeous.
It is. It's fantastic. Folks are starting to move on in here. And, yeah, usually, Beam, we're watching some guys out here hit a couple balls, bang away at the range, and come over chip, putt a little bit, get a feel for it. I guess there's still a lot of dew on the ground, and maybe they don't want to be out here, get their shoes all wet. I'm not sure.
Could be. I mean, they're the ones wearing golf spikes this week. Are you proud of me for not wearing mine? I just wore regular tennis shoes.
Beam, that's the expectation. I'm not going to give you credit for doing something you should be doing anyway.
I did bring my golf glove just in case anybody wanted me to hit a shot later on today.
I mean, the spikes at least would have been like, hey, if someone wanted me to caddy, because we just watched that happen.
Well, that's, you know what? I should have put them in my trunk just in case someone went down.
Well, you are someone who's caddied here prior, so you have experience of the course, knowledge.
I do.
Like, there's an element there that you could actually provide some value.
That is a fact. They have more. They have other people who are working here which have more knowledge of the golf course, though.
Yeah, but do you think that they could really loop the way you could?
That's a great question, Bob.
Who's better, you or Carl Spackler on the bag?
Probably Carl. A little more entertainment, I would say, from him.
Yeah,
but he wouldn't even realize that he is the entertainment.
He likes to keep it loose and free, Beam.
Yeah.
You know? Keep the pressure down.
I'm telling you, man, it was so funny caddying out here because, like, it is like
big hitter, the llama.
If you ever come out here and play, like, it's awesome. Like, it's just there's nothing like it, and you probably have a hard time sleeping before if it's your first night out.
You know
here.
what it might be like is if I could take a cart. I need to get that exemption. Okay.
I don't know if you're going to be able to get that done. And so,
how about those air packs that I saw people flying around in?
Oh, like 20 years ago, like when Bubba had the hoverboard.
What happened to those?
I think they're just gone now.
Well, like those were.
I don't think those ever took off the way we.
They literally, you would take off the ground. Those are tremendous.
And you wouldn't damage the golf course because it was just a big air bubble.
Here's the problem: like your ability to drive those intoxicated. Like, do you think the difficulty is that what the downfall was?
I think that's maybe why they didn't take off the way they.
I feel like the Venn diagram of people who like to drink during golf is going to be the cart rider. That's going to be a big loop like mine. Going to be a lot of overlay there. So the people who want to have those little flying machines that Bubba Watson was hawking. I mean, I'll we got to look that up because I might need to buy one of those.
So it was pretty funny, not funny, but. Meeting someone on the first tee, like when they first arrive, because if you're a caddy, like you want to show up an hour before your round. And some of the times, like people would be here 2 hours before their round.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Stretching, activating the glutes.
Yeah, making sure, getting breakfast, doing all kinds of the fun stuff.
Transfusions.
There's one guy who was out on the driving range 2 hours before his round, and I happened to be, like, working, because I would work, like, on the range hut or, work getting golf clubs, and then I'd have my, like, tee assignment. And then I would go and I would change into like the caddy bib and change into the caddy whites. And I just remember meeting a fellow out here, and he was like, I'm like, hey, what time are you out at today? And he was like, 2 o'clock. I said, oh man, it's like 11:45. I'm like, I'm actually on your bag. I haven't changed yet.
I'm
on
like, your bag.
Yeah, I'm like, you're gonna have to.
How many times you say that's dudes?
Tons. Yeah,
that's
tons
good.
Out here. And so it was. I mean, then like going from the transition stage of going to the driving range and like working on that, working up an entirely too much of a sweat. Like we still have 45 minutes to go before the round. I'm like, my guy is just beat to hell already. I'm like, we have played 3 rounds of golf. You're about to walk 8 miles up and down this place.
240 shots in.
I'm like, what are we doing? And by the way, it wasn't like the best golf I've ever seen in my life either.
Well, that's why I was trying to practice. Get some more.
We get down to the first tee, and the guy's like shaking. He's like, I'm so nervous. I'm like, you just played 4 rounds of golf on the driving range. Yeah. How are you nervous at this point?
I mean, my goodness, you're probably exhausted. How can you be nervous? You're tired.
You're tired.
Fatigued. We haven't even started walking this thing yet.
We haven't even gone off the first tee. We're gassed from going to the driving range down to the putting green.
That's
missed his first tee ball, by the way.
You say miss?
I mean straight up whiff.
Okay, so I mean I've done that before.
Yep.
Long time ago, and I've done it more recently, but that's usually after 14 or 15 holes occasionally, and
maybe that many cocktails.
Yeah, that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that has happened, but the fact that would be T1 here, that is...
I give him a lot of credit. He rebounded quite nicely.
Okay.
But I think the nerves were fairly strong.
Was he playing by himself?
No, he was in a group. He just showed up, an hour and a half before.
It's like Andy Bernard, hit 10,000 balls last night.
Basically, like he needed to put lotion inside of the double gloves.
Did you tell him to put it in the basket?
And I didn't tell him to do that.
Hey, what did you wear under your caddy bib, Beam?
Just a golf shirt. Yeah, just because they supply
anything else.
They supply like a golf shirt. No, that was it.
Just straight raw dogging under there.
Yeah,
I like it.
Sometimes I
Full
would wear.
commando. Get
sometimes if I wanted the sweats going, Bob. Sometimes I would wear like a rain jacket like this,
Would
even on like
really?
a 90-degree day. Yeah.
You wouldn't go down doing that?
No, I was all right.
That sounds rough. I was just curious. I see those guys on tour under the whites, and I feel like that might be all they're wearing.
I think it is. Yeah, especially like at Augusta. I think guys just might be wearing like boxers under there.
Not even that. That's what I was trying to allude to, Beam.
I'd let the chest hair just roll straight up unzipped.
Absolutely.
It would look pretty sweet.
It's like a wet T-shirt contest.
The Browns made history yesterday. It's the first time since they have returned in 1999 that they gave a contract extension to a head coach and a general manager. They announced yesterday the coaching extension and the general manager extension of Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski. I saw that yesterday, and I'm like, yeah, well, it kind of makes sense.
It does make a ton of sense. It's probably the most disappointing thing that you've ever heard.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why that's the case. Mm-hmm. They hadn't been any good for a long time, and now they finally have been pointing themselves in the right direction. They brought Matt Foley in and got back on the right track. And so with that, yes, you can extend a coach and a GM because you know what? They're winning and winning together. And they have a roster that's competently built, and the coach utilizes pretty well.
It's just all on the quarterback this year. It's all
really
on Deshaun.
It's all in the hips. So we'll see with Deshaun of the Dead what he's able to do. But honestly, the fact that the Browns have been in existence for 25 years and the GM and head coach have never been extended together. I want you to think about that. Think about the number of head coaches.
It's insane.
Number of GMs. Mike Holmgren was running this thing a long time ago. That's how they were doing anything and everything they could to try to get this thing right.
Freddie Kitchens was running it not long ago.
That wasn't a good. Freddie Kitchen. I love Freddie. Freddie got fingered. I love him. He's the best. I don't know him as a head coach. I just envision him as our slappy tight ends coach in Dallas. I know he's coming.
Was it him and John Dorsey running the ship?
Oh yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was, and then you have my man Todd Haley, who he was in Dallas. All these guys, I knew all these characters from a prior life before they got here, and I'm just like, my goodness. I hope I couldn't tell you. How much they've grown as coaches and different things, but I know their personalities. I'm like, this is going to be dicey, Beam.
Hugh, Mike Pettin, Rob Chudzinski, Pat Shermer, Eric Mangini. That's all just since 2010. Hugh was in there. He gobbled up a couple of seasons.
Yeah, of course, some of the winningest seasons ever under Hugh Jackson.
Think about this though, with Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski, it's the highest winning percentage for the team over a 4-year stretch since 1986 to 1989. What they've done in these last 4 years, the highest winning percentage over 4 seasons since we've seen since the mid to late 80s.
I wonder if, because I guess they did. Chuck, did they make the playoffs with Kelly Holcomb back in the day?
Yep. Lost to the Steelers.
And who was coaching? Was that
must have been
from Miami?
Gosh, 2002. Davis.
Okay. I was going to say, because I thought in the last 4 years, if it would have been for that season, the Brown Shark may have won more games in the last 4 years than they did in their first decade. Do you think that was a possibility if you take that year out?
Well, they've won 37 over the last 4 years, and
I guess they probably won like 5 or 6.
First 10 years, they probably in the 40s though, Bob. It couldn't have been too good.
That's what I'm saying. There was a lot of 4 and 5 win seasons in there. So it wasn't like they were blowing that number out of the water.
Why are you laughing?
I shouldn't be because
something funny happened out here, Shark.
Well, to keep me from crying, Shark. That's the only other alternative. You laugh so you don't cry.
One former Buckeye is done being good in the NFL. Wants to be elite. We'll do that in Quick Hitters coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we're still watching a crash off of State Route 37 just beyond Joe Walker Road. Expect lane closures in those eastbound lanes. This is out near Sunbury as you meet US 36. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Marty Brenneman here for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health for treating erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues. And they're the leader for a reason, because I can tell you from my own experience of being treated there, Tri-State Men's Health is top shelf. Far too many men wait to get their ED treated, but I want to tell you today that you shouldn't wait any longer. If you're suffering with ED and are like most guys, a medical team at Tri-State Men's Health will get you back on track fast. They have the experience, they have the treatment protocols, and they know what they're doing. At Tri-State Men's Health, they have ED treatments that are effective in well over 90% of men. They can even combine treatments for better results. You might even find yourself performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. They have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a room of rejected mascot memorabilia. Is it real? No one knows. But we do know NJM is proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
When it comes to getting a new roof, are you confident letting just anyone on the roof of your home? I'm Craig Schottenstein, owner of Schottenstein Roofing. Our team is dedicated to delivering outstanding value on every roof we repair or replace. Whether residential or commercial, Schottenstein Roofing meets the needs of every customer. From roof installation and repair to siding and gutters, you name it, we do it. Call Schottenstein Roofing, 614-321-8888 to schedule your free inspection today. Go to schottensteinroofing.com.
More and more people are falling into problem gambling. Mary Haven's experts offer comprehensive care. You and your loved ones can count on mental, emotional, and financial guidance.
Confidential and judgment-free. Go to maryhaven.com today.
Common Man and T-Bone.
We're all stupid.
They're all dumb.
Admit that we're all dumb, and your dumb is our dumb, and we're all dumb. As you go bid on horse goo.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access
to cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day.
If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear.
Choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
When I'm not voicing Wendy's ads, I'm gaming. I stay up and fueled because Wendy's delivers late.
Are you recording a Wendy's ad? Come on!
Got 'em. Whatever you're up for, we're down. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Delivery Late Night. Open till midnight or later.
Hours and delivery availability may vary.
Hi, this is Ron Frost with Ohio Mulch, and we're proud to serve our customers for over 40 years, where our name means a great deal. So now it's time to drop those prices so you can save big. All bulk mulchers are now $10 off a yard. I told you, it's time to save. Visit us online at ohiomulch.com.
Something amazing is happening at work. Innovative tools are helping people do better work. That's because CDW configuration specialists are multiplying productivity with Microsoft Windows 11 Pro Surface devices. Built-in security, flexibility, and simplified management streamline tasks so your team can get more done. Microsoft and CDW make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/surface.
What's wrong? My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation. Are you crying? Are you crying because of that other credit card? Uh-huh. Well, switch to the Capital One Venture card. Venture lets you redeem miles on any travel purchase. Really? Yep, and you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every single day. The Capital One Venture card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, look for partly to mostly sunny skies, highs in the upper 70s. Tonight, we're going to drop down to the 60s. It should be dry. And then as we head into tomorrow, we're going to be looking at mostly sunny skies, high temperatures in the middle 70s. That's a look at your latest forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Bobby played football for Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Beamer played football for a drunk named Joe who worked at the gas station. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Oh, boy. And it's almost pool season. Check that. It is pool season.
We're here.
It's time to go see my folks over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy industry. They're not just here to optimize your testosterone levels. No, they're here for weight loss as well. That's right, Affinity. They can help you lose weight and alleviate the symptoms that come with low testosterone. They offer semaglutide injections. In addition to testosterone treatments, you can say goodbye to low energy, low libido, hello to weight loss and muscle gain. Looking jacked out there. My boy McAfee was talking about on his show. Everybody is going to see them over at Affinity. So you can walk around shirtless, wear the tank tops like Pat, no sleeves like me. You'll be ready to rock. So check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sharky,
yes.
Happy round number 1 of the Memorial Tournament to you.
I can't wait. I'm so excited, Beam.
What time are you coming over here today?
I'm not coming there today. I was there the last 2 days, and I'll be out there tomorrow and Saturday.
All right, I want to get your thoughts here when we get to the top of the 7 o'clock hour. What you did, how your day was. All right?
Well, the tribe's playing this afternoon, so
you're sick.
You know where my allegiances lie.
Yep.
Chase Budinger was a star college basketball player at the University of Arizona. Averaged 17 points over 3 college seasons with the Wildcats, and then played 7 seasons in the NBA with 4 different teams. Budinger is now 36 years old, but his athletic career is not over. He has qualified for the U.S. Olympic men's beach volleyball team. So he's going to be in Paris this summer. Budinger is 6'7". He was once named National High School Volleyball Player of the Year in 2005.
Well, it's already a skill set that he obviously had. Ended up being tall, ended up playing in the NBA for a while. And all of a sudden, I mean, that's a pretty good career to fall back on, is it not?
Being tall helps, Cotton.
It does help. There's no doubt about it. So best of luck to him. I saw he retired, I think, in 2018 or 2019, and then focused fully on playing volleyball. And now here's an opportunity. He makes the volleyball team, and they're going to be over in Paris looking to win some things. And I can imagine, Bob, what a supreme athlete you must be to have to play volleyball at that level, let alone play in the National Basketball Association. It's pretty impressive.
Well, I mean, like you said, he's tall, he's athletic. And he was a really good volleyball player when he was younger. So can you just stay in shape? And has time caught up with him yet? Because these people work at this their whole life. He obviously has the requisite athleticism, but he has to be able to train to get in shape, to be able to have the skill set, jumping out of the sand, all those things. That's awesome to see. I'm going to be juiced up, and I'll be locked in on watching that. I love beach volleyball is one of my favorite things to watch in the Olympics.
You like watching the Speedos, yeah.
Well, dudes and chicks, either way.
Chris Olave has been very, very good in his first 2 NFL seasons. He wants to be better. The former Buckeye has 159 catches for 2,165 yards and 9 touchdowns through 2 seasons. But he told NFL Network that he hasn't peaked. He said, Bobby, I'm just trying to take the next step forward and try to go from a good player to an elite player.
You'll love that. You'll love it. Stay humble, stay hungry, Shark. That's what you want to hear from a guy who's had a lot of success early in his career. I'm not here. I'm not arrived. Talking a lot about a lot of things, but never saying anything that to me is too out of pocket. So had a very solid offseason here. We'll see where this next year goes for him.
Absolutely, we will. And he hasn't had the best quarterback play in the entire world down there in New Orleans. It certainly wasn't what Michael Thomas had when he was cooking down there in Louisiana with Drew Brees. I just don't know exactly what they're going to do. You kind of look around that division, Bob. Buccaneers way better than anticipated from last year. Panthers really bad. Now you start to look at the Saints. Okay, what can they do? Falcons got Kirk Cousins. Mm-hmm. They're loading up kind of on offensive talent. I know that they drafted Michael Penix Jr., but it's a tough division for the New Orleans Saints, but I don't think Chris Olave is worried about that. He's just worried about getting better one day at a time, and it doesn't surprise me at all to hear that coming from a former Buckeye, right? Like 2,000. What did you say, Sharky? 2,100 yards, 9 touchdowns in his first couple of years. Really good. Like he's on a really solid pace down there. He's going to see if he could hopefully improve those numbers coming up for year number 3.
Yeah, and I think he missed like 3 or 4 games last year when he was concussed, so he hasn't even played a full 2 seasons. The U.S. Olympic swimming trials are being held in Indianapolis starting next weekend, not at Butler University, not at the Indy Natatorium, if there is such a place. No, Lucas Oil Stadium, home of the Colts, now has a swimming pool replacing the football field. They didn't dig a big rectangular hole. Instead, they built a pool deck 10 feet above the ground. That way, Beam, 70,000 people can watch the trials.
It's one of the wilder things I've seen. Shark, did you see the picture of this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is pretty remarkable that they were able to build an Olympic-sized swimming pool for the U.S. swimming trials inside of Lucas Oil Field. Like, that's a modern engineering marvel. And so that's a really cool place. I don't know what the swimming would look like if you were, like, all the way up at the top in the nosebleeds, but still, like, that's pretty awesome. If you had some, like, club or low-level, like, lower bowl seats, I would think that that's pretty awesome. But, yeah, it looks like one of the cooler things that I've seen, and it's a pretty unique setup.
So they used to always do that over there, Shark. It wasn't in Indiana. It was at Uipui, IUPUI. They've one of the best swimming facilities in the country over there. I think my brother swam there for something in a Midwest regional when he was younger, and it was tremendous. But this, you know, they want to put everything in football stadiums now. Put basketball in there, put concerts in there, boxing, baseball. Why not? Maybe some football into baseball stadiums if you're Northwestern. But this is it's an engineering marvel. It's tremendous. When you get 70,000 people in there, I know that they were trying to promote it. Like, watching race-based events is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I always enjoy that. Swim meets, they're hot, they're humid, you got a tall ceiling. Hopefully this will help alleviate some of that. And I'm just excited. I'm curious to see, because when they have those, they have like a warm-up and warm-down pool and everything else. So I'm curious where they built those and if those are involved and how they're going to put this all together.
Teach your kids how to be tall and also how to shoot hoops. That and the re-rack coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Glow Fiber. Glow Fiber Business is now in Ohio. With prepackaged and customized fully fiber optic business internet solutions, call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today.
Have you ever called a company and after hanging up the phone, felt a little nervous on who exactly they might be sending to your home? It's a common worry and one that we all face at some point. Well, when it comes to your roof, there's no need to worry because the Newman Roofing team has you covered. Our team of professionals arrive on time in marked company vehicles, and you'll always be greeted with a friendly, warm smile on their face. Our experts take the time to thoroughly educate you on the findings of your home, not only fixing your roof, but ensuring you understand every step of the process, giving you the peace of mind you deserve. That's why Newman Roofing has been the most trusted roofing company in Central Ohio for the last 32 years, and counting. So whether you need a small repair or full replacement, call the company you can trust. Newman Roofing at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
This is Kelly Burris, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. We run a lot of ads about our firm, but often we don't discuss the resources Cordell & Cordell has available for men facing divorce. We provide many webinars and town halls on YouTube that contain a wealth of information, including our Men's Divorce podcast. Visit cordellcordell.com/resources for the latest news and to download our guides.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Picture this. You arrive at your hotel. You have an important online meeting lined up with clients from all across the country. You have your laptop open, ready to begin, and the Wi-Fi is so terrible, you can't even connect. These types of stressful situations happen all the time. They don't have to. When you book a room at La Quinta by Wyndham, you have access to their free high-speed Wi-Fi, so you can take care of those critical emails, join your meetings on time, and even unwind by streaming your favorite shows without having to worry. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine. Book direct at lq.com. For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Mark. The Shark in their series finale at Colorado. The Reds trailed 4-0 after one inning, 7-4 after 7 innings, and they were still down 7-6 with 2 outs in the ninth. That's when Spencer Steer delivered a dramatic 2-run homer for the lead. And 4 batters later, Jonathan India capped the fun with a grand slam. Reds 12, Rockies 7. The Guardians and Royals were rained out in Cleveland. They'll make it up with a doubleheader in August. This afternoon, 4-1 Tanner Bybee pitches for the Guards against 4-2 Brady Singer. Former Ohio State lineman Corey Linsley was released by the Chargers yesterday. He is expected to retire after playing in only 3 games last season due to a heart-related condition. Linsley played 10 seasons in the NFL after being a 5th-round selection of the Packers in 2014. The Sports Center is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Earn a $200 cash bonus at BMI when you open a new free checking account. Visit bmifcu.org/free.
Our guys are only good at the 19th hole, but we're at the Memorial anyway.
Sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling and Orthopedic One. The Fan.
Beamer is tweeting about Formula One.
Oh, hells yes.
Bobby is tweeting Rick Springfield concert video. Both are a cry for help.
This is one twisted mother.
This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 2 of the program for us on a Thursday. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Sharky back in studio. We are live at the Memorial Tournament, and our fans live broadcast from the Memorial Tournament are presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling and Orthopedic One. Gates officially open for round number 1 of the Memorial Tournament. Golf getting underway here in about 40 minutes' time. Davis Thompson going off with Maxwell Moldovan, who is playing as a player marker, coming off of his career at Ohio State, playing in Nationals a couple of weeks ago. So that's when the golf gets underway. A little more pop, a little more zing going on at the driving range. I don't have my binoculars with me, but we got some stuff going on to the left-hand side of us. We got an awesome final couple hours for you here on a Thursday. Gonzo, Anthony Gonzalez, he's going to join the program coming up here at 7:35. Former Buckeye, NFLer, Congressman, Pro-Am champion from yesterday. I don't know if they actually lifted the title, but we're just going to claim that when we talk to him. So he's coming up at 7:35. Albert Breer, the MMQB, he's going to join the program coming up at 8:35. And the Buckeyes hot on the recruiting trail. He's going to join the program coming up here at 8:35. So a power-packed final 2 hours of the program on this round number 1 of the Memorial Tournament. Sharky, let's hit a re-rack.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Terrific day to get out here and watch some golf over at Jack's Place. I mean, again, Bob, we've been here for a couple hours now, hour and a half since we got here around 5:30 this morning. It is as big of a bluebird day as you're going to get here.
What does that mean?
Bluebird. Look at him. Look at blue sky, bluebird.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Shark, are you familiar with the saying Bluebird Day?
No.
Okay.
Maybe I made it up then. Meredith's dad would always say that. Like, we would go skiing, and he would always say it's Bluebird Day out today.
There we go. Well, I mean, sky is blue. Everything else looks good. Got the sunglasses out here in preparation. I guess I didn't think the sun comes up behind us. I remember being out here with Rothman and times later where the sun would start pounding you in the face.
Yeah.
Didn't need that. So I brought him just in case. A little breezy out here. The wind's picking up. A little chilly. Guys are starting to warm up over there. Feel pretty good about life.
What's there to feel bad about?
Yeah, not when you're out here. It's great weather. It's one of the great events that Columbus puts on.
It is.
I was always sad when I was playing and I couldn't be back here for it. And when I got done playing, I was excited to be back here and be able to relive it. And it wasn't quite the same as I remembered growing up. I say growing up, meaning when I was in college, and we'd come here and really get after it. But I've seemed to find a way to still enjoy it, get after it a little bit. And now
Do you think your body – so we were talking to Mike Bennett yesterday, and you can go back and listen to that on the podcast. And he asked, I think, a very important question, like – when do you stop being an athlete, or when do you feel like you can't do it anymore? If I transported you back, let's say 20 years ago, 15 years ago, could you keep up the shenanigans and hijinks at the level that you did back then out here?
I weighed 20 pounds more, so I would be able to consume more libations.
What's that work out to a beer per hour ratio?
You know what, though? I have had 20 years of conditioning, so that might offset it. I'm curious, the weight versus experience, where that comes into play.
Yeah, true.
I could do that. I could. It would be fine. I would definitely make sure that I had transportation to and from, and I would probably prefer that someone just take me back to my house.
What about those random guys that AJ hopped in the car
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. I haven't been to the Bogey in probably 8 years, 7 years. It's been a while. One year I came up on like a Saturday just to see some friends at the Bogey. You want to talk about a weird scenario? When you go to the Bogey at like 9 and you weren't at the tournament, and like you're walking in, you're like, my gosh, this is what happened.
Where did I just walk into?
Exactly.
What kind of fantasy land is this?
What have these people been doing all day? So sunburnt and sweaty and drunk and just they're living
Smells
life.
like sunscreen and MD 2020.
It does. They're living life as if like they have no inhibition at all. I mean, it's remarkable. So. Yeah, that was probably the last time I was there, but I could hop back into it, and we'll still have some fun. But now it's like, all right, let's have some fun, enjoy it, and then we'll go to dinner on Friday night. Maybe as opposed to going over the Bogey, or heck, now you go back to Bridge Park, and they've got like a carnival of sorts back there. Tremendous.
That was a great addition. A great addition.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not only Central Ohio, obviously, like all year round, but this week they knock it out of the park.
Well, you can park. You get the park and ride over there, so it keeps traffic down a little bit, and you head back there to get some food, maybe keep the party rolling, whatever you want to do. So there's a lot of great options. But yeah, I could handle it. I mean, there's not a doubt in my mind. I don't think my wife would want me to handle it. That's the problem, and she would want to talk to me after that. But
it's a fair point.
AJ and I, we'll get into this one with him tomorrow, where I remember when we first came here, like, gosh, look at all these old people just getting so drunk and acting ridiculous, like getting overserved, fornicating in the bathrooms.
Oh, geez.
I mean, all the things. I'm like, man, and now
that's one of those crazy house parties.
Well, it is, and now I realize I'm those people's ages now. I'm like, that's awful.
They say life comes at you fast.
They say old meaning like 40. Mm-hmm. Like, look at these people in their 40s acting like they're 20. This is crazy. I'm like, oh gosh, this
now
is
it's something you look forward to the calendar more than the rest of the weeks.
Oh yeah, I love this. So it's fun. Always love coming out and excited to be here and bebop around, pop through some of the different pavilions and different stuff. They got the digital ticketing this year. I'm gonna be honest, I've had a little bit of a hiccup. The Nationwide Children's, we do a lot of stuff over there with them. And my wife's on their ambassador board, and they do a great job. And they have some stuff over at the 14th Pavilion, the Buckeye Village.
Great place to watch.
It is. It's great. And I've just struggled. Like, I've got all these different passes, and for some reason I haven't been able to get the Friday passes from there. They've said they've been accepted. I can't find them anywhere.
They're on the line. They're in the ether.
They're in the ether sphere. So I'm going to try to figure that out today. Trying to lobby my wife to come out tomorrow, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. So we'll see how this all transpires.
Mayor's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, believe me, I've told her. She's like, well, I really don't enjoy it. I'm like, if you're going to come out and be a wet blanket, then I don't need that, okay?
I don't need a blanket at all. It's going to be 75 degrees.
I need someone who's going to be a supporter, like a hype man.
A running mate.
Yes, like I need a ring mate, like someone in my corner who's going to be ready to
duo.
Go. Yes, not someone that's going to try to tell me about the consequences of all the decisions I'm about to make.
The Dudley brothers get ready to slam someone through a table.
I know about the consequences of what I'm going to do, and sometimes I've chosen not to completely disregard them. So just allow me to live a life where I'm not thinking 8 steps ahead. Just let me live in the moment. In the present.
Let me be like those old people 20 years ago.
Tomorrow is a mystery. What is it?
Yesterday is history.
Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why they call it a present.
That's right.
Kung Fu Panda.
Schlegs.
A.K.A. Schlegs. Be a Kung Fu Panda.
Master Oogway, I think is who we attributed. That's who he attributed that to. Mavs at the Celtics tonight, game number 1, NBA Finals. That game tips off at 8:30. Again, Memorial Tournament begins at 7:40 here this morning, about 30 minutes away from right now. Gates are open, patrons flowing in here. The NBA TV deal, did you see this? Is absolutely nuts.
Of what they're getting paid?
The new NBA TV deal, if you can teach your children to be tall human beings, I would do that. The NBA's new media deal is always going to be big. Nobody expected this. A report from the Wall Street Journal indicates that the agreed deal with NBC, ESPN, and ABC is for 11 years, working out to a total of $76 billion. $76 billion with a B dollars.
So what's interesting on that is, do you know what the NFL TV rights
Well,
are?
whatever it is, they're going to go back to the negotiating table day number 1 that they're allowed to. Day number 1. It is a 265% price increase over what the NBA was getting from Warner Brothers, Discovery, ESPN, and ABC.
Okay, that 110, that can't be right. I thought they were getting close to $20 billion now a year, which maybe that's not. Yeah, if they're getting $7 billion a year, essentially $7.5 billion, somewhere in that number, that range. Like the NFL is only getting 11.
Yeah.
And if you look at the ratings, like those two things do not equal up.
No, they don't.
I mean,
it's not even close.
The NFL laps the field.
It's $6.9 billion annually is what it works out to, the math on it.
Okay, yeah, that's 6.9. I mean, the NFL's sitting there. They signed in 2021, March 18th. They got a new contract with Amazon, ABC. Everything was a 10-year, 11-year, $110 billion. So $10 billion a year.
Yeah.
So it's $3 billion more than the NBA. But if you
way more players.
Yes, you have more players,
more staff.
But you got to think about the viewership of it and the value of it. It's significantly higher. Now, there's more content. The NBA is playing 82 games, so you get that. But I guarantee you the NFL saw this, and they're like, all right, I mean, we're up in 2032 or 2031 or whatever.
God knows what it's going to be by that time.
We're going to renegotiate this probably in about 2028 and figure something out. So we've got 4 years to kind of let this thing continue to grow and froth for you, Beam.
So Sean Marks, who is the general manager of the Brooklyn Nets, told the New York Post he expects that by 2032, so in 8 years' time,
how about Richard Marks?
Supermax contract, about Carl, will be worth over $100 million annually.
That's insane.
Said they proposed 28-29 free agent on the Supermax would be a 5-year, $419 million contract.
That is insanity.
And the way that the NBA has their CBA agreed upon, that the NBA players get 50% of the revenue coming in, and it's all guaranteed.
Yeah, it's all guaranteed, those massive deals. So kudos to them for getting that negotiated. I mean, that is a massive number, and I'm just curious, like, what the total salary cap will be and how, the stratifications between the stars and everyone else in the NBA, like it's going to continue just to grow and grow and grow with how those Supermax deals are situated. I know it's a star-driven league, and it's always has been that way. But that is just a wild amount. The fact that you'd be making $100 million.
What is Shohei making at the top end? I know he's making like $2 million this year. Isn't it like $70 million?
I think it's something like that.
It's something crazy. Like, you could have NBA Supermax guys out-earning potentially Shohei Ohtani by $30 million annually.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, man. Good for those guys. I mean, if you can get it, I mean, they were able to negotiate this deal. The sad thing, Beam, is
that Williams only the 30th percent of height percentile.
Yeah, he's more along the lines of better off being a dwarf.
Give him an Gimli. Maybe we'll dress him up for that in Halloween.
Strong base, thick shoulders.
His squat form is impeccable.
Yeah, good at the mining.
Yeah.
But at what cost? Like, this is where you get into the Chops Thanos situation.
Yeah.
Where Chops gets on Team Thanos.
He says he's not a bad guy.
He's not a bad. He's just trying to do something maybe a little misguided, but he's trying to make the world better. Overpopulation. At what cost? At what cost did this come at? Well, it came at the cost of the greatest programming the NBA was ever putting out there.
Yeah, inside the NBA.
Inside the NBA with Chuck and Kenny and Shaq. Like, it's all gone now.
Those players don't care about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the sad thing.
We do. They don't.
Well, I guarantee the players probably enjoy listening to that. But this is
if they're making $100 million a year. They
do. You're right. But it's the problem is the NBA is going to lose viewership and lose relevancy because that is something that always brought people in. If you were just an average sports fan, you're watching inside the NBA. It's very clippable. Like you can put that stuff on social.
Every night there's something.
There's something in there, not even basketball
Chuck,
related.
tell me about those women down in San Antonio. Then that's a whole thing.
Tell me about the women in Galveston.
He hates Galveston.
Rather go to San Antonio than Galveston. That was remarkable. And so you get stuff like that, and that's the stuff that's entertaining. And unfortunately, you're making more money, but will it be better? And then Bo has talked about this numerous times. If they try to put this on the streams,
well, they will. That's all.
It's going to crush the NBA because nobody is going to go to the stream. Not nobody. Yeah. No average sports fans are going to go and stream NBA games. Like, I'll stream the NFL. I'll stream the Amazon stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do that for the NBA. It's too much work. So it'll be interesting to see how this all goes.
I don't get to watch the halftime show.
Exactly, and I don't get the best part of it, which is the halftime show.
NFL owners aren't helping themselves out by going to 18 games. We'll get into that coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are tracking a crash on the east side at the 72-70 split. Lanes are blocked off on the ramp from 70 westbound to 270 southbound. Again, this is on the east side. Expect lane closures over there. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. BMI Federal Credit Union has been voted best credit union for the past 6 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit BMIFCU.org to learn more.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
We go to war for you.
Hi, I'm attorney Robert Scherger of Scherger Schnarr Trial Attorneys. When it comes to accidents and injuries, we're here to fight for you. Get a free consultation today and know your rights. Results matter to us because we go to war for your family. Call us now, 877-WAR-FOR-YOU, or visit warforyou.com. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU, or visit warforyou.com.
War for you, warforyou.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and this is my favorite time of the year in Columbus, Ohio. It's summertime, so that means I can go out and lay by the pool, play in the pool with my kids, go play a little bit of golf, run on the track, hike, jog, do whatever I like. But that wasn't the case a couple of years ago. I had joint pain, I had knee problems, and that's from many years of playing professional football. So what did I do? I went to QC Kinetics, and you know what? I brought my dad there. We went there, we talked to him. We looked at their non-surgical procedures that required no surgery, no drugs, and best of all, no downtime. And since then, my knee's been feeling good. My dad's received relief as well. Their advanced treatments harness your own body's biologics and allow it to restore and repair the most damaged joint tissue so you can walk, run, hike, and do the things you love again, just like I can. They're under the leadership of former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Mitchell Sheencup, a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. So go check them out. Don't wait any longer. Go to QCkinetics/Columbus or give them a call at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
With Tim Hortons 2 hot breakfast sandwiches for $6 deal, you can mix and match your favorites. Mix and match between savory sausage or naturally hickory smoked bacon. Mix and match between an English muffin or flaky biscuit. Any two served with a freshly cracked egg and melted cheese. You can even mix and match how you share it. 1 for you, 1 for them, 2 for them, or 2 just for you. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches for just $6. It's time for Tim's. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Single item at regular price. Modifications and tax extra. Additional terms apply.
Diamonds Direct has done it again. This month only, get ready for an offer you can't resist. Buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. That's right, a stunning diamond tennis bracelet at no extra cost. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. So hurry into Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet will not last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy in it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding, over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Do you know someone struggling to figure out their mental health benefits? The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to help. Find us at insurance.ohio.gov/GETMHIA or call us at 855-438-6442. Don't wait. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office can help you figure out what mental health insurance benefits may be in their plan. Call us today at 855-438-6442.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Look for clearing skies. The sun will come out as we head throughout the morning hours. Later on today, we're going around 80 degrees for the high. Tonight, expect dry conditions. And then as we go into tomorrow, look for partly to mostly sunny skies with highs in the middle 70s. That's your latest forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Just a couple of dudes being guys.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
Round number 1 of the Memorial Tournament underway here in about 20 minutes' time. Davis Thompson goes off with Maxwell Moldovan. He's playing as the player marker. After that, it's interesting, too, because we're not doing the split starts anymore, Bob, since it's a smaller amount.
I don't like that.
In the field, we're not going off 1 and 10, so it's a straight, like, British Open style. You're just going off the first hole. There's not going to be split tees. So if you are coming out in the morning and you're on your way to the golf course,
what am I supposed to do on the back? Like, what do I do right now?
Sit up at that Golden Bears Club, hang out for a
little. Yeah, but what I like to
take in the beautiful views, have a cup of coffee.
I do enjoy
a sandwich.
I do
from
enjoy
Chef Steven.
Well, but I enjoy golfer coming through every now and then. You gotta give me something to watch.
The front nine.
Yeah, but there's not most of my places that I'm going are all on the back. 17, 14. Do have the villa off the front there, but I mean it takes a while for those guys to work their way around. It's a long walk through 18.
I've gotten this question many a times this week. Like, where are your favorite places to watch on the golf course? If you come in
from that little deck on the pond over there on the front with the fishies.
Oh, the halfway house.
Yeah,
that might be off limits this week. So if you walk in like the main entrance, and if you're walking in where our broadcast is at, we're right by the driving range. So really all the options are open to you. You can walk like right behind us and go down 18 from there, and then you can make your way, obviously, like trek backwards like 17, 16, then walk your way back to 15. If you're coming in and you want to walk the front nine, as soon as you make the commitment to go on the front nine, you have to walk the entire thing. There's no way back.
No, it's a giant circle.
So you go once you get down to like 2, and then you go to 3, 4. Like once you take the step down 5, you're going to be hanging out, like just walking around the front nine. So if you're going to walk the front nine, be prepared to walk a little bit. The back nine is a little bit easier to navigate unless you go down to like 11 and 12.
You get on the very end of it. The fingers being the end of the fingers. Other than that, you got a lot of back and forth there, zipping in and out. You got Buckeye Village kind of centrally located down there at the confluence of where they all come in. The front starts coming in there, and then the 2 double backs on the backside. But yeah, that's usually where I hang out. I'll hang out a little bit on 1, see some guys go off at some of the different little villas over there, and then I usually camp out over there 16, 17, 14, right around
14, there. 14, I think, alongside with number 9 and then 18 are probably my 3 favorites. Like, I love sitting on the hillside on number 14 just because watching those guys with wedges, and depending on where they put the pins at, I mean, it can be a pretty diabolical hole. So 14 is always great. 12, if you want to go all the way down there, is great too. I mean, that's the par 3 over the water, which is a tremendous watching. That's kind of like an amphitheater because the tee's up high and the green is down low.
Is 17 like that too?
17 is like that because they start at like eye level of where the green's at, and then the fairway goes all the way down. Those guys won't be hitting from like the bottom of that fairway, so you'll see them pumping it.
I would be.
Oh, that would be a driver and then a missed hit iron.
What is that, like a 250 par 3?
What, 7? You're talking about 16.
Or 16.
Yeah, 16 is, they just redid 16 as well, took one of the bunkers out. So I haven't actually got there and seen it with my own 2 eyeballs, so I might have to do that a little bit later on this morning.
We'll see it while your eyes are still working together, Bean.
Yeah, you're probably right. I should definitely do that before it gets too late into the day. But yeah, 17 is great. 18 is traditionally one of the best holes. Obviously one of the toughest finishing stretches in golf with 16, 17, and 18. So lots of places to watch out here. 9 is really good too on the hillside, watching those guys come in and then going off of the 10th tee is fun. 10 is a bruiser of a hole. But yeah, if you get down to like 11 and 12, those are always fun. I just saw a video of Tiger from back in the day hitting a 3-iron like 250 yards.
Yeah, of course.
10 feet away from the cup for an eagle putt. So lots of great places to be out here this morning. Some of my favorite stuff going on here. One of the interesting things about the NFL that's going on is that they're going to go to 18 games, and we can ask Albert Breer about this coming up here at 8:05 when he joins us. But Ryan Kelly, vice president of the union's executive committee, also Indianapolis Colts center, was not mincing his words. 18 games sounds great when Rodgers saying it on Pat McAfee, right? Yeah. But until you're the one that's going to go out there and put the helmet on for those 18 games, then come to talk to me. I wish people understood how hard it was to play 16, then they added another one, and then they got rid of preseason games. Well, okay, who's that going to hurt? The guys that don't have a shot, the guys that are undrafted late-round picks, they need to go out there and improve themselves. I think that the fans see it when they don't watch the preseason games, but they have no idea what's going on inside the building.
Yeah. So it's going to be harder because people are like, we're swapping one game for another. I'm like, no. You're swapping a game that younger guys are going to be playing, and they're just going to give them opportunities to make the team, and then you're putting another game of consequence in there where you're asking veteran players then to go play another high-level game. And so if they're going to do this, they're going to have that second bye week. I don't know. I'll put the over under 2.5 years.
Until we get to the 18th?
I think so. I'd probably take the over. I think it's probably 3. 3 sounds about like the right number. A 2027 season sounds like that's when that would be going on. I can't say that for certainty, but I don't think it'll be a 5-year thing. We'll ask Breer. I bet he would say 3 to 4 years is probably where that's coming in.
I would imagine, too, it's going to be right before they go back to the renegotiating table as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like they'll give them 2 seasons of 18 games at the same price point or like a prorated price point before then they come back and say, here's our big number that we want to get.
Here's this, more games, more international games. Yeah. We can do more stuff on
Super Bowl in London.
Yeah, we can do more stuff, around. And, hey, by the way, we're going to give you a Christmas Day every year.
We'll guarantee it, even if it's on a Tuesday.
Yeah, and we'll play a team the Thursday before, then they can play Tuesday, then have that next Sunday off. Like, we'll figure out a way to make that work. And maybe it's a Christmas Eve some years, depending on when it is. So they'll figure that thing out. They'll figure it out, and it's interesting. I mean, they're gobbling up. They went after the NBA last year on Christmas Day.
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, and they absolutely slaughtered them. And so they will try to do that as often as they can. If not, I think they'll do some Christmas Eve stuff, day after Christmas, depending on how that shakes out. I think the only day they wouldn't play on Christmas is if it's on a Wednesday. And then they'll just shift to Christmas Eve and play a Thursday night game the day after that.
But it's a Wednesday this year, and they're playing.
That's what I'm saying. So, you're right. And so it doesn't matter. I think they'll always find a way to get people on that Wednesday. If you're willing to say, hey, we'll play them the Thursday before, and then they can play Wednesday, and that'll be that game for the week, and then they have kind of their bye week-ish next, the week after, because they won't play that weekend and get 10 days off, then, yeah, that's what we'll do. Like, it's crazy, but they want to try to get the best teams, the biggest markets on the most popular time slots, and when there's nothing else there, and they're trying to find a way to gobble up. And that's one of the things during COVID. I think they realized,
we can do this.
We can play a Tuesday night game.
Yeah.
People will watch it.
Yeah.
We can push these games all around. People will watch them whenever they are. That sounds awesome. And we'll just keep doing this and finding other ways and make excuses later in the year to push them whenever.
How great does that sound, right? Just gobbling up more space. Former Buckeye, NFL
Space gobbler,
congressman, participant, maybe champion in yesterday's Memorial Tournament Pro-Am. Anthony Gonzalez joins us next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now we're watching a crash on the far east side at the 70-270 split. Expect lane closures on the ramp from I-70 westbound to 270 southbound because of a crash. Crews are working to clear. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Ready for an amazing deal? BreezeLine's fiber-powered internet, starting at $19.99 per month, offers the reliability you deserve and security you can trust. Whether you're streaming, gaming, or working from home, we've got all your needs covered with speeds up to 1 gig and our 2-year price lock guarantee. This deal gets even better with 2 free months of internet, free equipment, and free Wi-Fi your way to protect against cyber threats. Act now. Terms and conditions apply. Offer expires July 8th, 2024. Learn more at breezeline.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Attention HVAC contractors. For nearly a century, R.E. Michaels' Contractor First approach has built trust and true partnerships with contractors across the country. Now their exclusive brand, AirTemp, is available to you and delivers homeowners the best value in home comfort. AirTemp equipment is manufactured to the highest standards and is known for quality, reliability, and value. Come visit your local R.E. Michael branch today or visit remichael.com to learn more.
Ready to be the change and have a positive impact on your community? Consider joining the Columbus Division of Police. Starting pay is $70,000 plus, growing to 6 figures after 4 years of service. We offer paid vacations, paid holidays, and health insurance. Do you aspire to complete your degree? We offer 100% tuition reimbursement after you complete your first year of service. Contact the CPD recruiting unit at jobs@columbuspolice.org or apply online at columbus.gov/government/jobs. The City of Columbus is an equal opportunity employer.
Cheetah Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, we'll get you all set for the weekend at Muirfield Village. We'll hear from some of the leaders at the memorial, plus Dave Shedlowski of Golf Digest.
Cheetah Green with Skip Mosick, presented by X-Golf. Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan.
Welcome back to Collector's Closet, presented by the Ohio Lottery. Let's discuss my newest prize possession, this new $10 scratch-off, the $500,000 Platinum Jackpot. The best method I've found so far to help it hold its value is to vacuum seal it. This thing cannot get scratched. What's that? Sorry, my producer's telling me the only way it could be worth up to $500,000 is if I do scratch it? Okay, well, in that case, definitely don't overprotect your $500,000 Platinum Jackpot scratch-offs. Play them. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too, that's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
I lock up my Old Spice Fiji aluminum-free dry spray to keep that 24/7 lasting freshness safe for myself. Fresh coconuts, palm trees in the wind. It's like catching waves in Fiji. Actually, I just talked myself into a refreshing spritz of Fiji. My Old Spice is missing! No!
Jedi are being murdered.
Now streaming, Star Wars Returns, only on Disney+.
I didn't do it! Believe me!
She was my student. Let me be the one to bring her in.
Now she's a student of the dark side. An acolyte.
Star Wars: The Acolyte. New episodes Tuesdays, only on Disney+.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
If you can find a show that's closer to Buckeye football, it would be hosted by Ryan Day. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Brandon B, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. We are live out here at the Memorial Tournament, round number 1 underway here in about 6 minutes' time. Right now we're going to head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Check with our good friend, former Buckeye, Congressman, NFLer, current Pro-Am player, out here at Muirfield Village yesterday, tearing it up. Anthony Gonzalez. Gonzo, thanks for the time. Did you guys hoist the Pro-Am trophy yesterday? I heard you guys went low.
Hello, Gonzo, we got him? Shark?
Don't hear anybody.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
There we go. We got you,
Yeah,
Gonzo.
we got you. Did you guys hoist the cup? Thanks for the time, buddy.
Yeah, my pleasure. No, I think we lost by 1, unfortunately. We did go low. We were leaders in the clubhouse, and then somebody nipped us. I don't know how, but, yeah, I think they cheated.
Well, from what I heard, I don't think it was Chris Pratt. They said he was really enjoying himself, so maybe put a ball off a house somewhere on 10. I'm not exactly positive.
A house? Yeah. Chris was awesome. He was hilarious. He's kind of everything you'd hope he would be. He's a super nice guy. He's really funny. He did spend a lot of time in the gallery. Unfortunately, his ball was going right and left, and it seemed like wherever the fans were, that's where his ball ended up. So, but he was a good sport, and he drilled 2 monster shots for us. So I can't complain. I mean, he did his part as far as our game went.
What was the format yesterday, and how many nerves? I mean, I'm sure you played at a lot of these things, but it's a lot different. I mean, playing with a gallery, you're playing alongside Rory and Jason Day and Chris Pratt, and I know that your former quarterback Peyton Manning was out there too. Are the nerves a little bit different, like when you actually have a gallery around your balls, and you may actually drill someone? Because I think I would be pretty nervous.
I was surprised. I was not that nervous. On the first tee, I'll admit, you look and you're like, all right, I've never played golf in front of people. I also haven't played golf in 2 years. So this was not something that, I mean, I've hit balls, but I got 2 young kids. If I got 6 hours, there's almost zero chance that I'm going to be on the golf course. But in any event, no, I haven't played. And so I was a little nervous at first, and then I had one good approach shot on one, and I was like, all right, I'm fine. I'm good to go. So then it was just fun, and they're far enough away where I didn't kill anybody, so that was good.
See, you're a great golfer. You remember out here before, Gonzo. I mean, did Peyton, was this a personal invite? I mean, was he bringing in someone in here with course expertise, someone he knew that was a legit golfer? How did we? I know you're back in Washington still. How did we get hooked up with the Pro-Am?
I got promoted, so Peyton asked me to be his caddy. And then I guess they had, which I like doing, because we don't see each other. I mean, Bob, we got all these friends that we had, but you just don't see each other. But whenever he comes, if I can work it out, I come in caddy. And they had a bunch of cancellations, I guess. And so he's like, do you just want to play? I was like, yeah, I think I can work that out. So we played, and then I played well enough where Anil, the co-founder of Workday, said I can play next year, so I'm going to definitely take him up on that. So hopefully I'll be back again next year.
Nice.
Automatic qualifier.
Yeah. I did. As long as I told him, I said, if I don't kill anybody or embarrass myself, that's a win. And he was awesome. He's a great guy. So it was a lot of fun.
He is Anthony Gonzalez with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. I know Chad Mark and his staff, the superintendent out here, do a terrific job. Had some rain last night. That has moved through the area. It's a beautiful morning out here at Muirfield Village Golf Club. How do you think the pros are going to handle this? Because I know that it's looking firm and it's going to be dry for the weekend. This place can bare its teeth in a hurry. You have way more experience with than a lot of people do out here, Gonzo.
Yeah, I'll say this. Rory commented on that. He said it's going to play tough. I mean, he was hitting some wedges into some of these greens and had what looked like great shots, but the ball just wasn't holding as well. he even said, he's like, man, I just had a wedge released 10 feet on me. That never happens. Nice problem to have. My wedges, I don't even know where the hell they're going, but anyway, he commented on that, and so did Jason Day. I will tell you, Jason Day hit two of the best shots I've ever seen in my life yesterday. So I don't know. He's probably going to go low, but that was, they commented on how difficult it was, and it did play hard. The rough is hard. The greens are tough, but the course was beautiful. It was the best shape I've ever seen it for sure.
Well, and as you know, Gonzo, being from Ohio and coming here for a long time, the weather is always so hit and miss, and it rained a lot last night, but it's supposed to be beautiful. So I'm curious to see, by Sunday, how firm those greens are, how it looks. Should be very, very tough to play. Did you get out? So you're back in Washington. Did you fly out last night then after the round?
I actually drove. It's a nice 7-hour drive. So yeah, I drove there and back. I hung out for a little bit, had my obligatory Buckeye milkshake and a beer, and then off we go. So,
man, that sounds pretty good. I don't think the people realize too, and I know the Buckeye milkshake gets a lot of the pomp and circumstance around here. Until you actually have one, Gonzo, you don't realize how good it is, especially after you usually get like your brains beat in for 4.5-5 hours out there on the golf course.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was the first thing we finished up, and that's like, we do get milkshakes, right? Like that's a part of the drill. So we went into one of the villas, had a nice lunch. I can confirm Chris Pratt is a Buckeye milkshake fan now, as is Peyton. So we had a nice time, and yeah, it was every bit as good as I was hoping it would be.
So that's tremendous. I'm glad you played a great round. You guys were low in the clubhouse. Obviously, you get nipped by a shot. You had a good time with Chris Pratt. I'm glad you told me that he's everything you want him, because I love him as an actor, and he seems like a great guy. And when those things all come together, where you think someone's a good person, they actually are, that's a huge win. For you, you're back in Washington. You're a congressman for a couple terms. For folks, in Buckeye Nation want to know, like, what's Anthony Gonzalez up to right now?
Good question. No.
What do you tell your wife you do when you leave every day, I guess?
I tell her I sell doors. But so what?
Wait, do you work for Vandalay Industries?
Vandalay Industries, yeah, we're importer exporter. But no, we launched a company called Cobalt Service Partners, a business partner of mine and a private equity fund that I used to work with. We buy commercial security and door companies, and so I will jokingly tell my wife and her friends, like, "What are you doing now?" I was like, "I just sell doors, just a honest door salesman." So that's what we're up to. It's going really well. It's been a lot of fun. I'll tell you, Congress, it was an honor to do it, but brutal environment. So it's nice to be back in the working world where things make sense and people work hard and work honestly. So we're doing well. We got 7 companies. We're just north of $100 million in revenue. We've only been at it for a couple months. So it's a lot of work, which is why I had to get out of there. I couldn't stay and hang out, but it's been great. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, that's terrific, buddy. And before we get you out of here, we'd be remiss not to ask you, what do you think about the Buckeyes upcoming this year, and what Brian Hartline's doing at the wide receiver room? Because
he's like Brian. Brian was like Gonzo's little Padawan.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Are you happy with where your student has gone to, Gonzo?
The student has definitely surpassed the teacher as far as the game of football goes. But no, Hart's doing awesome. I'm super pumped for him and for the team. He's done a great job, obviously. I know when he got here, his goal was to have, that next Ohio State first-round wide receiver, and now it's routine because he can, recruit like crazy. And when you got guys like, Marvin Harrison Jr. and some of those folks, the sky's the limit. I think for this year, look, college football is so different than when I played. You're kind of building year to year as opposed to building programs out. But it looks like, we went all in and got a heck of a roster. So if we can figure the quarterback position out, which I'm sure we can, I suspect it will be a great year for the Buckeyes.
We've got to get you back here, Gonzo. Check out some practices and see what this room looks like, because I'll tell you what, man, there's some of the best young wide receivers I've ever been around. And what's even more impressive is the quality of players, like people on the team, is really high. And I know people see externally like, it's like this build, you bring in transfers now and things happen. Getting a chance to be around them, and I mean, you talk to Hart, like they have an unbelievably competitive room, but the quality of people is incredibly high, which is very refreshing given some of the guys, like, when we played, it was a great environment, but I think it's even a level up.
I totally agree. I went and, whenever I'm back in Columbus, I'll go stop by and see Hart, and he had me meet with the guys. This was 2 years ago now.
Well, call me too, Gonzo.
Yeah, I will. I saw him and saw the kids, and you're right. First off, athletically, they look amazing. Like I never looked like those guys. But they're amazing kids. Like the questions they ask, they're super attentive. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr., I've known him since he was 4, but like he is the nicest person. I mean, he is just a humble, nice, thoughtful kid, not man, who, is always trying to learn and get better. And that's the culture of that entire room. I don't know the other guys as well, but you can just tell by the way it's run and how they take notes and how they listen. And, nobody's really screwing around. Like, we had great guys on our team, Bob, as you know, but like our guys weren't quite that attentive. I mean, that's a different beast. So
me included
got this thing really going. Yeah, me included. I mean, we were a bunch of knuckleheads. I'm sure they are too. But like, it didn't show up in the when you talk to them in the meetings. But yeah, they're good kids, and they're working their butt off, and they look amazing. So
they really do. And the most impressive part too, Gonzo, it's not even the wide receiver room either. Like, it's every room. It seems to be like that. Buddy, we appreciate the time so much here this morning. Glad you got back safe yesterday, last night. Glad you had a great time here out at Muirfield Village. Good luck selling doors today, and we'll check in again soon, okay?
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Gonzo.
There he goes. Anthony Gonzalez, Buckeye, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. We're going to get Juice next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we're still watching slowdowns out in Plain City because of a crash on US 42. Crews are working to clear up right now. This is in those northbound lanes of 42 right near Hickory Ridge Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your fan traffic.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. So give your friends something to look at and make this a summer to share and save. With a capable Kia SUV like the Sorento, Sportage, Seltos, or Telluride, or a powerful sedan like the fun-to-drive Forte. Each backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. And for a limited time, get 1.9% APR for 48 months for well-qualified buyers and $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance, subject to credit approval for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or Sorento. Excludes hybrids and PHEVs. $21.65 per month per 1,000 financed at 48 months. $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged models must be applied as down payment. Must take delivery by 7/8/24. Limited inventory. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for details.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam here for TrueHold. If you had a crystal ball, you wouldn't agonize over when to sell your home. You would just ask these questions. Should I sell when my home's value is sky high? Or wait and hope that the bottom doesn't drop out of the housing market? The thing is, I'm not ready to move. You don't need a crystal ball with TrueHold's Sell and Stay program. You can literally sell now and stay in your home as long as you'd like. When you sell your home to TrueHold for its best current value, you can fully cash out on your home's equity, and you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and all the maintenance and upkeep, too. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. You can get an offer now while your home's value is sky high and use the money to secure your retirement, pay off bills, or finance your dreams. It's your money. Do whatever you want with it. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's best value without moving. Again, that's TrueHold.com.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube.
Watch us live or on demand by searching 971 The Fan.
Which fan host will awkwardly scratch their privates? Let's find out together. Find us on YouTube. The Fan.
Thinking of popping the question? Diamonds Direct has an offer you can't miss. This month only, buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. No one provides education, selection, and value like Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet from your friends at Diamonds Direct won't last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, look for partly to mostly sunny skies, highs in the upper 70s. Tonight, we're going to drop down to the 60s. It should be dry. And then as we head into tomorrow, we're going to be looking at mostly sunny skies, high temperatures in the middle 70s. That's a look at your latest forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Right Way Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Hash browns and smackdowns. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Cruising along here, Thursday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. We are live out of the Memorial Tournament, and our Fans Live broadcasts from the Memorial are presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling and Orthopedic One. Right now, we get juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Sharky, it's a Thursday. I don't need any other reason to get fired up today, but why don't you add some juice to the cup? What Schleich got to say this morning?
Yeah, Carhartt looks so good. Like it's like business casual, you know? Flannel, but then I can rip it off. Boom. Carhartt T-shirt has a pocket. That's where you put your cell phone and your sunglasses, and then you can also get bumpy in it.
Probably won't be wearing Carhartt to the Memorial.
I don't know. You might underestimate him.
I wouldn't put it past him. The Memorial, of course, has me juiced. Looks like we're going to have 4 really nice days of weather. The Guardians have me juiced as well. Rained out last night. So this 3-game series with the second-place Royals has now been reduced to 2 games. They will play at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And then I always enjoy Memorial Weekend listening to Jack Nicklaus in the interview room on Tuesday. He is 84 now, really slowing down. You know, as all of us get older, it gets
Don't
more...
say that too loud out here.
Gets more difficult, Beamer, to put thoughts together, and I guess Jack is no exception.
We see it every day with you, Shark.
I know. That's what I'm saying. But it was good to hear him the other day talk about his wife, Barbara, and what she has meant to his successful career. Jack?
Not everybody gets the right partner. And I had somebody who loved me, cared for me, supported me. That was really important. That was a big thing to me. And, you know, I don't know that anything that was any more important than that to me. I give her a lot of credit for what I've won because, you know, a golfer goes out on tour and It's whether if you're not married, if you got your family, or you get support, or your caddy, or whoever it might be. That's very important to you. And you want to share your career and enjoy the fruits of your work.
Yeah, it was Billy D. Williams told Diana Ross in the movie Lady Sings the Blues that success is nothing without someone you love to share it with, and Jack proved that. Bobby, what has you juiced?
Gosh, I love Billy D. Williams. That's fantastic. So many things have me juiced. Getting a chance to talk to my former teammate, good friend, Anthony Gonzalez, a guy who I actually lived with when we were in New England in the offseason. So we're okay, decently close in college, but not like great friends. And got really close, I guess, in our post-playing days as he moved back to Columbus. And we started hanging out more, getting to know him. He's one of the smartest guys I've ever been around, and phenomenal athlete, phenomenal man. So great to see him out here. And the fact that he'll be back next year.
Yeah.
He got his AQ beam.
He did. He played so well, they said, why don't you just come on back?
Come on back, Well, and part of it is it's all relative. When you're offset by Chris Pratt, just hitting the ball all over the place, you're going to look better. So that's got me juiced. The beautiful spread of food up here by Chef Steven.
Him and Chef Nate, man, they're the best.
Oh, it was tremendous. Little parfait, breakfast burrito, some of this delicious thick cut bacon, a bacon 180 bean, feeling good about life with everything going on. So that's got me juiced. And the wonderful weather, being out here, unofficial start of summer. It is going to be dangerous because it's going to be really nice, and I think it'll be a great opportunity for some day walking vampires to get out here.
Conducive conditions, I think.
Absolutely. And I saw this the other day, and we talk about screens and devices all the time. And popped in my feed, Shark, a little bit about parents and their screens and phones.
We have a generation of kids who have grown up with parents who have been looking at screens instead of their eyes. Mm-hmm. If my daughter, who's now 13, if she came up to me, she said, Dad, I want to talk to you about something. And it opens up this moment of vulnerability for her, and that's hard for a 13-year-old girl to open up. All it takes for me in that conversation as she's opening up, all it takes is this. And that moment is gone. But even more than that, her future vulnerability with me is gone. That's a vulnerability killer. When you put down your phone, you bestow value on somebody else. And the message you're sending them is, on this phone, 8 billion people can theoretically reach me. When I put it in here, you're more important than every one of them.
Phone is a great tool, but make sure that we're having contact with the people that we love and being able to look them in the eyes. And you know what, like it was said right there, someone comes to talk to you about something important, leave the phone down and make sure you connect. Beam, what's got you juiced?
Yeah, what's got me juiced? Round number 1 of the Memorial Tournament now officially underway as we enter the 8 o'clock hour.
Transfused?
Not yet. The staff out here at Muirfield Village Golf Club do a tremendous job. We know that too, Bob. The amount of volunteers that are out here giving their time, they've got me all kinds of fired up. Chef Steven, Chef Nate, terrific. General Manager Nicholas LaRocca does an unbelievable job out here, Bob. Everywhere from the golf
Get
staff
him on tomorrow.
Yeah, we could.
Today.
He's probably running around.
He's sitting in the office listening to us right now.
That's what he's just sitting in his chair, hanging out, having a conversation. Does a great job. Mike McKee down in the Villas, nicknamed John Boy, does a great job. Chad Baker.
Wait, Mike McKee's nickname is John Boy?
Yeah, that's right. They all do a terrific job. Everybody here at Muirfield does to make sure that we have a wonderful time. And I use, kind of the royal we with everybody has a great job. So if you're coming out here today, thank a volunteer, thank someone on staff, because they really do put a unbelievable amount of man hours into making sure that this thing goes smoothly and you have the best time as possible. So all that's got me fired up today. Going to be a beautiful day here out at Muirfield Village Golf Club. Albert Breer of the MMQB, he's going to join us. We'll recap some of his favorite Memorial Tournament stories and memories if he has any with him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, watch for crews clearing up a crash on US 42 out in Plain City. This is right just beyond Hickory Ridge Road. Expect some lane closures going northbound. I'm Penn TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey guys, Andy Katzenmoyer for Game Day Men's Health. Struggling with low energy, lack of focus, and trouble in the bedroom? You might have low testosterone. Game Day is here to help. They specialize in low T and other treatments just for men, like vitamin therapy, sexual wellness, and weight loss. Best of all, it's quick. Get started in as little as one visit. Go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com/thefan to book your free low T test today. That's GameDayMen'sHealth.com/thefan.
Attention HVAC contractors. For nearly a century, R.E. Michaels' contractor-first approach has built trust and true partnerships with contractors across the country. Now their exclusive brand, AirTemp, is available to you and delivers homeowners the best value in home comfort. AirTemp equipment is manufactured to the highest standards and is known for quality, reliability, and value. Come visit your local R.E. Michael branch today or visit remichael.com to learn more.
Roof leaks and damage can ruin your business and your reputation. Property management pros trust Legacy Roofing Services, Ohio's leader in commercial roof repair, replacement, and ongoing maintenance. At Legacy, our reputation for fast, reliable, safe, and permanent roofing services for commercial buildings can solve your roofing problems before they become roofing nightmares. Call Legacy Roofing Services today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's. Save $40 on select 5-gallon HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams paint, like Weather Shield, Showcase, or ceiling paint. Plus, save $10 on drywall PVA primer and get free same-day delivery to the job site when you order by 2 p.m. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Offers valid through 6/14. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. If you have open roles, chances are you're feeling this too. That's why you need Robert Half. Our specialized recruiting professionals engage with our proprietary AI to connect businesses of all sizes with highly skilled talent in finance and accounting, technology, marketing and creative, legal, and administrative and customer support. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Bart. The Shark Browns general manager Andrew Berry and head coach Kevin Stefanski have signed multi-year contract extensions. Both have been in their current jobs since 2020 and both had 1 year remaining on their contracts. The Browns have compiled a 4-year record of 37-30 with Stefanski as coach. In baseball, in their 3-game sweep at Colorado, the Reds scored 29 runs. 22 of them came with 2 outs. Yesterday, Cincinnati trailed 7-6 with 2 outs in the ninth, but Spencer Steer hit a 2-run homer to put the Reds ahead, and the Rockies still couldn't get the final out. After 2 singles and a walk loaded the bases, Jonathan India slugged his 4th career grand slam, making the final score 12-7. The Guardians game against Kansas City was rained out in Cleveland. We'll make that up as part of a doubleheader in August. The Sports Center is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss, a no-risk, all-rewards path to real weight loss. If you're not happy with your results in the first week, get 100% of your money back. Awaken180weightloss.com.
The Fans live broadcasts at the Memorial are sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling and Orthopedic One. The Fan.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 3 of the program for us on a Thursday. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark back in studio. We are live out at Muirfield Village Golf Club. Memorial Tournament underway here at Jack's Place. Let's see, 8:01 right now, your 8 o'clock tee time. Nick Dunlap and Matt Kuchar going off right at 8 o'clock. And again, these are not split tees anymore, Bob, which would also make sense why the range hasn't been like crazy busy this week, because it is a smaller field, and players are only going off of the first tee. So they're not going off traditional like double barrel, what they've done for basically the entire time that the Memorial Tournament has been out here.
40 years.
At Muirfield, yes. Yeah, so like they're not doing the double barrel 1 and 10. They will just start on 1 and make their way throughout the golf course this morning. So lots of good stuff to be had here. If you're coming out tomorrow, or not tomorrow, well, if you're coming out tomorrow too. If you're coming out later today as well, Sungjae Im, Andrew Putnam going off at 8:40, Shane Lowry, Matt Fitzpatrick at 8:55. We'll take you through the entirety of the 8 o'clock hour. So that's what you got look forward to coming up here in this next hour out at Muirfield. Albert Breer, the MMQB, he's going to join us momentarily. Burm, he will join us. Buckeyes red hot on the recruiting trail right now. He's going to join the program coming up here at 8:35. Sharky, let's hit a re-rack.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning.
It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
10:05 if you're coming out here or when some of your traditional big dogs are going off. Wyndham Clark paired up with Patrick Cantlay. They go off at 10:05 off of hole number 1. PGA champion just from a couple of weeks ago, Xander Schauffele paired alongside our Memorial Tournament overlord, Victor Hovland. They go off at 10:20, then followed by Scotty Scheffler and Ludwig Oberg at 10:30. Billy Horschel, Will Zalatoris right after them at 10:40. After 10 o'clock is going to be a spectacular time here. It already is, but those are when some of your traditional powers are going to go out a little bit later on this morning.
Oh, yeah, the mid-morning. So how will they work that then, since being they don't do the flip anymore? How will they handle that tomorrow then?
So tomorrow, it's traditionally, Bob, you play early, then late, and then like later afternoon, and then early. So those guys like Wyndham Clark, Patrick Cantlay, who go off at 10:05 today, will go off at 1:20 tomorrow. Okay. Xander and Victor will go off at 1:30. Scotty and Ludwig will go off at 1:40. So it's more of a traditional like morning, afternoon, or then afternoon, morning. So they kind of flip-flop it back and forth.
Perfect. Well, that'll be a great opportunity to get out here tomorrow and see those guys in the afternoon, Beam, but they'll be heading off in the morning here in about an hour and a half.
Yeah, for sure, man. It should be a terrific morning. Game number 1 of the NBA Finals happening this evening. Mavs at the Celtics at 8:30. Game number 1, I would imagine it's going to be one of the most hostile places that a former athlete has gone and played with Kyrie's return to Boston.
Oh, it's going to be wild out there. I can't wait to talk to Breer about that, dive into some Memorial stuff, and then also the Kyrie situation of what he expects his return to be like in the Garden.
Absolutely, and we've got him, actually, as we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, checking with our good friend of the MMQB. He is Albert Breer. Albert, Kyrie back in Boston tonight. Before we get into some Memorial talk, as we're live out at Muirfield Village Golf Club, can you even imagine what kind of reception that's going to be for him tonight at the Garden?
Yeah, I think it's – I mean, I guess the best thing to compare it to for me would be Roger Clemens coming back with the Blue Jays in the 90s. And I remember that. I was in high school for that and how ugly that was. That's the best comparison because I think, like, the Cardinals' sin up here, and I'm sure it's similar a lot of places. I'm not saying it's unique to here. But the Cardinals' sin is lying to us, right? And Roger Clemens, at the end in Boston said that he wanted to play closer to home. Then he signs with Toronto, right? Like, so he goes for the money. And this was sort of a similar situation where Kyrie had the whole thing where he did the commercial about having his number retired as a Celtic and then, goes in front of the crowd and says he's planning on re-signing. And then, everything comes undone after that. I just think the one thing people don't have much time for up here is people who are phony with them. And, there was the feeling that Kyrie was that way with people up here. And, I think you're going to see a tough environment, to say the least, for Kyrie Irving to come into. And again, I still remember, for all of those years, that Roger Clemens was with the Blue Jays, and then it got even worse with the Yankees. Like how almost violent it was, the reaction to Roger Clemens when he would come into Fenway. I'd expect something similar for Kyrie coming into the Garden tonight.
What did you expect of yourself back in the early 2000s when you would venture up to the Memorial Tournament, Albert? We're sitting here. It's a beautiful day. It's the unofficial start of summer in Columbus. I know you found your way up here a number of times back in your tenure.
Well, it used to, am I wrong? To say, wasn't it Memorial Day weekend?
Yeah, they moved it back a week this year. Right? Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so is that new? Because I remember seeing it a couple of years ago. See, when I was in school, was when Tiger won 4 or 5 of them in a row. So it was awesome when I was in school there. And I remember how it was always a super important tournament to Tiger, right? Because it was Jack's tournament. Yeah, it was great because it was Memorial Day weekend there, and I may have a couple nights that I don't remember at the Bogey Inn. But yeah, it was. I mean, it was fantastic, and I remember, you go into the Bogey that weekend, and you'd see some, I'd say some local celebrities, and in different stages of drunkenness. It was, I really wish I was there this weekend, guys. It's an awesome time out there.
You are correct about it. They did move it back, and it is the first year that they did that. Because last week when we were talking to you, it felt so weird because it should have been that week. And we had great weather last week too, Albert, and we're like, oh, no, next weekend's going to be terrible for the tournament just with the history of it. So you're right on about that. Do you have like a favorite memory on the golf course other than in the bogey?
Well, I mean, like watching Tiger was unbelievable. And, it's hard to – I almost feel like it's hard to describe to people now what that's like because there's just so much access to so many different things now, And, I think, like, and Bobby, you're around the same age as me. I just think, like, when we were growing up, there was something a little bit more special about being around a great athlete just because we didn't have so much access to them like we do now through social media and all the different cable stations and everything else, I feel like back then, if you got a chance to see that level of greatness close up, it was something you'll always remember. So, one of those years my dad happened to be in town and, my family's from Detroit. Like my dad was up at his office in Detroit and with some of his family up there and came down for a day for the memorial. And, getting to walk the course and follow Tiger with him was really, really cool. But that was like when Tiger was in like full like killer mode. You know what I mean? Like where when he was out there, he was out for blood and to destroy everybody. And it's sort of like but the one thing I can compare it to, I remember watching Michael Jordan the couple times I was lucky enough to see him live. It's just there's something about an athlete like that in his prime that. It's hard to describe and really cool to be around when you get to be around. And again, I think like back then, there was something a little bit more special about being around those guys just because we didn't have as much access to them as we do now.
Absolutely. And Denny's everywhere, had to beware. It was prime prowling time.
That's right.
Hey, Breer, you spent some time down in Dallas with me. What the heck is going on down there with the contract situations, and how do you see this thing shaking out with Dak and CD and Micah and everything that's going on there?
Yeah, Bobby, I just can't believe they're stepping on this rake again. It's not like Jerry and Steven are stupid or haven't been around for a while. I mean, I look back at like the recent history and, like how they've had to pay in these situations before, when they've waited a year too long on guys. And, it happened with Dak the first time around. It happened with Zach Martin. It happened with DeMarcus Lawrence, where with all of those guys, if they had just gone in early on them, they probably would have gotten good, reasonable deals. Like, they still have to pay, but you get a more manageable deal to work with going forward. And, the Justin Jefferson thing hits them on two fronts. It really does. It hits them on the Micah Parsons front because Justin Jefferson just raised the bar over what Nick Bosa had gotten as a top-paid non-quarterback, and certainly, it affects what you're going to pay CeeDee Lamb. Now, is Lamb as good as Jefferson? I don't think so, but CeeDee had just had 135 catches and 1,700 yards and 12 touchdowns, so he's justified to ask for close to what Jefferson got. So, it affects those two, and you still have Dak sitting out there, and the Dak thing is a little different. Now, they will be affected, certainly. Like, Tua gets done. Some of the deals that are still out there to get done. Jordan Love gets done. That's obviously going to affect, what Dallas is going to have to pay Dak, no question. The Dak one I look at it a little bit differently because I feel confident like Lamb and Parsons are going to be Cowboys for the foreseeable future. With Dak, I just sort of wonder, guys, like, are they where the Rams were with Jared Goff in 2020, where it's like they really like him, but is he have quite enough to put them over the top? And the difference is, like, at that point, the Rams still have contractual control with Goff, whereas the Cowboys really don't. I don't know how many people know this, but, franchising him next year isn't really an option because of the way his contract sets up. A franchise tag, I think, would cost around $80 million for him next year, so he's not getting dragged. So it's just there's just like a lot of moving parts there, and on top of that, you got the coach in a contract year. So it really does
perfect
feel
storm.
like that whole franchise is sort of it's just like this giant fork in the road for the franchise.
He is Albert Breer with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Albert, big news in Cleveland yesterday. Since the first time since the new Browns reappeared in 1999, both the general manager and the head coach, and Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski, getting a contract extension. I mean, is that hard for you to wrap your head around like it was mine, like when you actually hear that?
I didn't know that until you just said it. I didn't know that. I was like, I know a lot of people there would cry here, and then I started not to laugh. I mean, it's been like they've been back for what, like 25 years now?
Yes.
Or no, it's 25 years?
Yeah,
right?
99.
25 years. That is unbelievable. I think this was coming. This was, and I think it's been some time coming. Those guys have done a great job. We can debate about the Watson thing until we're blue in the face, but the fact is, that thing was a complete crap show when Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry got there, and they had just gone through the Freddie Kitchens year, Hugh Jackson before that. Obviously, there was the infighting in the front office between the football people and the analytics people. And, the job that Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry have done, just like normalizing things there and setting the course for the franchise to build, I think it's worth its weight in gold. So, it's hard to say where things are going to go with Watson because it's been such a tumultuous couple of years for him personally. But, I mean, you look at what they did even last year, right? Like where you're winning with 4 different quarterbacks, and I think almost as impressive, you're winning with your 4th and 5th tackles. Most teams lose their starting tackles when the season's over, the way the depth of that position is in football now. And they're able to keep winning through that. And they had the injuries on defense. The corner situation is sort of similar. I think last year was a great display of the strength of the program. And maybe the Watson thing works out, maybe it doesn't. But, I think it's pretty clear they've got smart people in charge. And those are 2 guys who should be in charge there for some time to come, which obviously the contracts reflect.
Albert, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a great rest of the week, buddy. We'll have a soda pop or 2 for you out here at Muirfield, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
Yeah, be safer than I ever was out there, all right, guys?
See you, buddy. There he goes, Albert Breer, MMQB, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. College football's got a scheduling problem on its hands. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, watch for crews clearing up a crash on US 42 out in Plain City. This is right just beyond Hickory Ridge Road. Expect some lane closures going northbound. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
With Tim Hortons 2 hot breakfast sandwiches for $6 deal, you can mix and match your favorites. Mix and match between savory sausage or naturally hickory smoked bacon. Mix and match between an English muffin or flaky biscuit. Any 2 served with a freshly cracked egg and melted cheese. You can even mix and match how you share it. 1 for you, 1 for them, 2 for them, or 2 just for you. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches for just $6. It's time for Tim's. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Single item at regular price. Modifications and tax extra. Additional terms apply.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop here, and I want you to picture this. Cannonballs into the lake, s'mores at the fire pit, sleeping under the stars. Well, that could be you when you visit my friends at RCD RV. RCD is having its summer open house, and you don't want to miss it. Huge RV savings all month long in June. New travel trailers as low as $14,995. The area's widest selection, over 600 new and pre-owned RVs in stock. Start your summer adventure at RCD RV. Visit one of the 3 Central Ohio locations or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Save $80 on select sets of 4 Nokian tires at AAA Car Care Plus. Not a member? Not a problem. Everyone can save $80 on Nokian tires through June 15th at AAA Car Care Plus locations. See store for details.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
If you're about to get engaged or ready to walk down the aisle, your true love deserves a true jeweler, the Diamond Seller. As a true jeweler, we not only have designer collections to meet your bridal needs, but we also have talented in-house designers who can create something truly one of a kind. Visit the Diamond Seller today.
Common Man and T-Bone are known for many things. And while great radio ain't one of them, shoving food down their gullets is their specialty. Join Man and Bone for Fat Boy Food Tip.
Live at 3 or on the podcast.
Your home for fat. The Fan.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. And look at you, hands perfectly placed on the wheel. Not like the driver to the right of you who's really going after that drum solo. Save with DriveWise in the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you.
Not available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Every year, Adult Protective Services receives thousands of reports of elder abuse, exploitation, and neglect in Ohio. When a report is received, Adult Protective Services can check in and provide help if needed. If someone you know is showing signs of elder maltreatment, don't hesitate to call 855-OHIO-APS. Let's work together to help every Ohioan age safely.
Do you know someone struggling to figure out their mental health benefits? The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to help. Find us at insurance.ohio.gov/GETMHIA or call us at 855-438-6442. Don't wait. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office can help you figure out what mental health insurance benefits may be in their plan. Call us today at 855-438-6442.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Look for clearing skies. The sun will come out as we head throughout the morning hours. Later on today, we're going around 80 degrees for the high. Tonight, expect dry conditions. And then as we go into tomorrow, look for partly to mostly sunny skies with highs in the middle 70s. That's your latest forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Thursday edition of the program, Brandon B., Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark, and our fans live broadcast from the Memorial are presented by Ohio for responsible gambling and orthopedic. One, golf in full swing right now, 8:21 on the clock. Brendan Todd, Ben on, getting ready to go off of number one tee right now. Patrons starting to file in, Bob, as we get here deeper into this Thursday.
Yeah, Bo. I mean, number one, America's favorite patron, Bo Bishop.
Oh, he just walked in looking great. Got his Masters hat on, I think.
Oh, yeah.
All kinds of good stuff.
Oh, he had his vest on. You know, he's America's guest.
He really is.
He's ready to go.
Be up after we're done.
Man about town. I told him trying to get him in on this Chef Steven burrito over here, which was tremendous.
I think maybe he'll...
I mean, fish ate that thing like it was a bait, some chum in the water.
He really did.
I mean, he might have ate it faster than me, which is saying something. I love two things in this world, Beam. I love breakfast and I love burritos.
Yeah.
And so when you
combo those together.
You put them together, we're really getting something done out here. And I love a parfait. I haven't had a parfait in a while. If no one's going to eat the rest of these, I'll at least eat two of them.
Oh, get them done. Chef Nate said these are some of the best strawberries you'll ever have in your life.
Oh, they're good. Because they're small. You can tell they're locally grown and sourced. Like the big...
Put all those big steroids in them. They got no flavor.
Well, the flavor's dispersed amongst the whole piece of fruit. So the smaller they are, the more concentrated the flavor you're going to get, Beam. And that's going to be key for you. It's going to really bring it home.
You can hop on the YouTube channel. We're not going to be like live in studio, but we still do have like the YouTube feed.
I was going to say, our crew didn't come down to film us.
You can watch us live with nobody in studio because we're out at Muirfield. Justin said,
can we get some straw men out there?
It's the comments are great this morning. Missed opportunity not showing Muirfield would have been like the old Mike and Mike's. Yeah. Garen says, my best guess is the broadcast rights, the live cast can't be shown, or maybe the logistics. No, it's just the logistics. It's just that we don't have a camera out here and aren't pumping that live.
I might get like a picture of me and set it in the In the chair, though. So that way someone will have someone to see me.
Like one of those cardboard cutouts they were doing during COVID?
Why don't you get Theo, like Bill's dog? You can get Theo up there during the draft, and he can be sitting there just like looking at his screen.
Here's an idea for tomorrow. I'll have Meredith, William, and Theo just go into the studio, and you can just watch pandemonium ensue in the studio.
Sounds tremendous.
I don't know
nice little morning there. Yeah. I'm pulling on Billy pulling on Theo's tail. Meredith losing her mind.
We had our 15-month checkup yesterday, and he went. I think he was in, I'm going to say like the 91st percentile in weight. That's jumped up to 98th. So we got that going for him. Real beefy dude. Head circumference went from like 98% to 99%, and the growth. The height was a little bit worrisome to me because I think a couple of months ago he was at like the 12% in the height, Bob. We've jumped all the way up to the 30th percentile.
That's key, but those still proportions are still what you're looking for.
Well, interior offensive lineman.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Nice, thick, solid base.
Oh,
short, get underneath, be able to drive you out of there.
Super thick thighs.
A lot of power, Beam. A lot of power.
Tons of power.
And a nice large melon to be able to drive into people.
He's like a rhino skull out there, man. It's pretty awesome. So college football is going to have a problem on its hands. As we know, the NFL is going to play games on Christmas Day. The 4 teams that are involved on Christmas Day are the Chiefs, the Texans, the Ravens, and the Steelers. Well, now with the unveiling, Bob, of the college football playoff and what they're going to do this year, we have dates and we have times. So the first round of the college football playoff games in the expanded field this year are going to happen Friday, December 20th. That is a 8 o'clock game. There's only one game at 8 o'clock on that Friday night. The next day, you have a 3-pack of games. One game at noon, one game at 4 o'clock, and then one game at 8 o'clock. Here's where the problem happens. Those are the home site games, so the 5-12 matchups. That's when those games are going to happen, Friday the 20th and Saturday the 21st. The problem ensues that the Chiefs and the Texans play at 1 o'clock, and then the Ravens and the Steelers play at 4:30. Smack dab in the middle of 2 of those college football playoff games.
And if you think about it, you start thinking about those locations. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Obviously, Pennsylvania, big football state. People care about Pittsburgh. They care about Philadelphia. You look down in Houston, they got C.J. Stroud. They're selling out now. They love them down there. Houston, Texas, huge football state. Those 2 states also have big state U colleges that are pretty good.
They do.
And in Texas and Penn State.
Yep.
And both Texas and Penn State being, I would say it was more likely that both of them make the CFP than neither of them.
Correct.
I would say what's the Vegas odds of getting one of them in? I would say it's probably like 80% at this point. There's not going to be a whole lot of value.
I would think higher. Just to get one of them in the 12-teamer?
Oh, yeah.
Higher.
Because a lot of people see Texas as like the consensus 4th best team. Penn State's coming right around like the back end of the top 10.
Not sure if Texas has enough to win the SEC championship, but they are certainly apt to do so.
So, as Georgia, people a lot of them as the favorite. Ole Miss right there.
Yep.
But if you're sitting in that spot where you're not going to win your conference, this is the weekend that you would be playing.
Yes.
The teams that win it, they get the bye, the 4 conference champs. So let's just take, for argument's sake, that Georgia wins the SEC and Ohio State's favored to win the Big Ten. Let's say that they win it, or you can even say that Oregon wins it.
Yeah.
Who cares? Whatever. Let's say Penn State comes in 3rd, which is what they've done like the last 15 years.
Yep.
They come in 3rd.
They're going to get into the playoff.
They'll be getting in as the 3rd-place Big Ten team. They will be playing on that weekend. Now, maybe they play on Friday night. Maybe they play in the late window. But there's a chance that both Texas and Penn State could be going and playing against their in-state NFL brethren, which there will be people that are going to be furious if that is in the same time slot when you have a game that's a late-season NFL game between rivals, Kansas City, Houston, something that people are going to want to see. That
playoff implications will be big.
Could be
divisional. Pittsburgh, Baltimore could be for the division.
You're going to have those people battling. I'm telling you, there will be state governors that will be upset, and they will be lobbying this. People will be yelling at them, because if there's one unifying thing in this world when we're so divided, it is sports.
Yeah.
And people can all rally behind that. So there will be people that will be fired up. They'll be screaming and say, all I wanted to do on my Christmas weekend was sit down and watch my teams.
And I can't even watch them at the same time.
Well, I can watch them at the same time.
On different screens or in multi-screen.
But I can't enjoy the experience. And that is going to be something, heaven forbid, well, I'd like to go to maybe one of these games, and then I can't watch the other one.
Your whole day's smoked.
It's just, this is not a great situation. They need to find a way to get it resolved. And, there's the activist pass where, the NFL can't play on Saturdays until like the second weekend in December. And they've got to get this figured out. They have to, because it's the two most popular professional sports in our country. Yep. The NFL's first, second, third, and then college football's fourth. And so you can't have these, because the Venn diagram on the viewership is pretty heavy. Yeah. It's a pretty heavy overlay. And I know that if the NFL loses 5 million people that are watching and college football loses 10, that's not going to be good for either.
Burm, he's going to join us next. Buckeye's been hot on the recruiting trail.
He was sitting in cars with high school dudes yesterday, scoping them out at camp.
Yeah, they just had camp. They got another one today. Burm is next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, watch for crews clearing up a crash on US 42 out in Plain City. This is right just beyond Hickory Ridge Road. Expect some lane closures going northbound. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
When it comes to getting a new roof, are you confident letting just anyone on the roof of your home? I'm Craig Schottenstein, owner of Schottenstein Roofing. Our team is dedicated to delivering outstanding value on every roof we repair or replace. Whether residential or commercial, Schottenstein Roofing meets the needs of every customer. From roof installation and repair to siding and gutters, you name it, we do it. Call Schottenstein Roofing, 614-321-8888 to schedule your free inspection today. Go to schottensteinroofing.com.
Are you not able to enjoy the summer as much as you want because of joint pain? This is the time of year for being outdoors. It's the best, but not if your knees, shoulders, hips, or back are hurting. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Don't suffer any longer. Non-surgical joint pain relief is here at QC Kinetics. Call them today. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking about lasting pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and best of all, no downtime. QC Kinetics advanced treatments harness your own body's biologics and help restore and repair damaged joint tissue so you can walk, run, hike, play golf, move, swim, all pain-free. QC Kinetics is under the leadership of former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Mitchell Sheencup, a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. They have locations in Columbus, in both Gahanna and Dublin. Their advanced protocols have enabled tens of thousands of patients to reclaim their mobility. So go check them out at QCKinetics/Columbus or give them a call, 380-208-4544.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and the playoff action is here, and there isn't a more rewarding sportsbook in the game than Tipico. Get ready to bet on the biggest games of the year, the playoff basketball, the hockey, the actions every night. You want to make the most of every game, you've got to bet with Tipico. You'll get up to 5% cash back on your bets. Claim your new sign-up bonus now and get $150 in protected bets when you deposit $100. Sign up now. Enter the promo code TheFan150 to get your bonus. Download the Tipico Sportsbook app today. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions do apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the dopes at The Fan.
This Friday and Saturday only, get a $10 coupon when you spend $100 or more in store. Coupon printed at checkout. Start redeeming next week. Fresh items are delivered daily, and there's easy pickup and delivery. Plus, pay the same low Meijer price and save even more with M-Perks when you shop in-store, online, and with every qualifying prescription filled at the Meijer Pharmacy. With so much under one roof, Meijer is the first and only stop you'll need. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installation with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
97.1 The Fan. Memorial Leaderboard Update.
Round 1 underway at Muirfield Village, although there are only 11 golfers in the field of 73 currently on the course at the moment. Peter Malnati and Matty Kuchar share the lead. Malnati at 1 under through 3, Kuch at -1 through 2, and then you've got Ben Griffin alone in third place. He is even par through 1. We have 4 really attractive pairings going off back to back in the next 2 hours. At 10:05, it's two-time Memorial winner Patrick Cantlay playing with Wyndham Clark. At 10:20, PGA champion Xander Schauffele tees off with last year's Memorial winner Victor Hovland. 10:30, it's Scotty Scheffler and Ludwig Oberg. And then at 10:40, Billy Horschel and Will Zalatoris. This Memorial Leaderboard update sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Visit them today at bmifcu.org.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Miss a minute of the show?
Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Morning Juice and subscribe.
This is Morning Juice.
Thursday edition of the program. Brandon B, Bobby Carpenter, Sharky back in studio. We are live out at the Memorial Tournament, round number 1 underway. Sharky just mentioned it. 11 players out on the golf course right now, an afternoon and mid-morning full of that as tee times are now through 2 o'clock basically, all the way throughout the afternoon. Right now we're heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Checking with our good friend of the podcast, dotting the I's. He is Burm. Burm, thanks for the time, buddy. Always appreciate it. How much did you enjoy scouring the parking lots and the camps yesterday going on with the Buckeyes?
Well, I was only in the parking lot while I was walking to the field, so not a whole lot of parking lot time, but it was a good day. Good day for Ohio State. 7 new offers throughout the 26 class, 27 class, and, just a fun day, to watch football.
Nice. I mean, ran into some of your guys over there. We started talking at the end. I popped over to see some of my coaches, some of my friends from high school. I have kids now playing up in there and doing camp. So it was always great to catch up. And, I asked where you were, and, they said Burm, contrary to popular belief, we always thought you buddied up to all the high school dudes, which I think you do. But he said your compadres were saying that you let maybe more of the underqualified and, less professional applicants, they go in and they start talking to the players. You maybe slide in on some of the moms that are around there that might be willing to lend a friendly ear.
Well, you got to do what you got to do, Bob. The reality is that everyone has a story to tell. And when you're dealing with high school football players, the best people to talk to about who they are is probably their parents. And also, I have this weird aversion. I just don't think it's ever really helpful to talk to the kids in those situations. I'd rather let them catch their breath and get, come down from a couple hours of competitive juices flowing. And a lot of the stuff that you hear at the end of those days is pretty cliched, and it's really not worth a lot. So I'd rather talk to the coaches, talk to the parents, and get a better sense of, who kids are, what they're into, what they're there for, and try to focus on that instead.
So some of the 4- and 5-star moms is what you focus on, is what you're saying?
Well, someone has to do it.
Hey, you know what?
Tireless work.
You are. You're the guy for it, Burm, and we appreciate you being out there doing that. So these guys were, this camp that they had this week, they have one today, one tomorrow, got a couple next week, a 7-on-7 too. These are more younger kids. You're talking, like you said, prospects in 26, 27 as they move forward. They do have another week of visits coming up. Do we know who's potentially going to be taking OVs, the official visits, to Ohio State this weekend and prowling around Columbus at some of the finer establishments downtown?
Yeah, you got 10 more official visitors coming into the city, 3 commitments in the class of 2025. That includes Cody Haddad, safety from Cleveland, that he'll making his return for the first time since he committed back in April. The biggest names to really focus on this weekend is safety Fahim Delane from Maryland, the Baltimore area. He's been probably like the top guy at safety for the last year plus. It's probably a 3-team race with LSU and Oregon. I think Ohio State has been in a good spot for him for months, but when it gets crunch time here, and we're in crunch time, the LSU and Oregon, and especially Oregon, the way that they are throwing money around is always a concern. Damian Shanklin, a defensive end from Indianapolis, who, yeah, it's a good one. I mean, you want someone with shankability. There you go.
Yes.
Damian Shanklin, he's a 6'5", 230-pound edge rusher, defensive end. Maybe more of a true defensive end than anyone who has the ability to do like a hybrid stand-up thing. But Ohio State's been the presumptive leader since they offered, but he just visited LSU last weekend, and there's a lot of buzz about the Tigers coming out of that trip. So it's a pretty important one for Larry Johnson to bring that back to center. So those are the 2 guys that are visiting that are really important on defense. But on offense, you have offensive guard Javon McFadden, another Baltimore kid. You've got Andrew Stargell, who's a center prospect from Georgia. And you have Jackson Lloyd, an offensive tackle from California, who's probably down to Alabama, USC, or Ohio State. So you've got some big names across the board. It's not a group that is going to have the star power of what we'll see on the June 21st weekend with a bunch of 5 stars, or what we saw last weekend with Decorian Moore, the number 1 receiver in the country. But it's a really important group this weekend, and it actually starts today for a lot of them. And Nate Roberts, Ohio State's tight end commit from Oklahoma, is in town.
Nice.
He'll camp today. He'll camp today with Tavian St. Clair. Jakeem Stewart, who's the number 1 ranked player in the country in the class of 2026. He's a defensive end, defensive tackle type from Baton Rouge. He's in town to camp today. He's probably going to end up reclassifying into the class of 2025, so he'll be in this cycle. And it's a very important visit for Ohio State with him, and getting a chance for Larry Johnson and Lallon Clark to work with him directly so that they can kind of show him exactly what they do when it comes to defensive linemen. So the Buckeyes are right at the top of the list for him. So all that stuff really starts today. There's some star power on campus today.
So Tavian St. Clair, he's a 25, correct?
Yeah.
So those guys they'll go to camp on Thursday, and then they can just start their official visit the following day, and then roll that thing through the weekend?
Yeah, if you wanted to. That's not what they're doing.
Okay. They're just coming for camp. Okay.
Yeah, both of those dudes are doing their official visit on the June 21st weekend, but it's actually one of those things where it doesn't matter if you're the number 2 ranked player in the country like Tavian St. Clair is. Like, if you want to get better, you come in and get work. And, for Tavian and Nate Roberts, it's an opportunity to just play together and start working on their chemistry. And so, get in here, get some instruction, and keep growing the bonds.
He is Burm with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Tell us about Lamar Bo Jackson, Burm. Buckeyes hot on the trail, got a big commitment, got staved off Georgia and that, keeping in-state kids at home. Tell us about the latest commit for the Buckeyes here.
Yeah, Bo is a player that has a lot of upside. He's been kind of hard to review and monitor over the last year plus. He played throughout his junior year with a torn labrum in his shoulder. Because of that, did not play a lot of offense. When he was out there, he was playing defense. I guess it's easier to tackle someone with a torn labrum than it is to be tackled with one. I'm not sure. But he's a really dynamic athlete, 6'1.5", 215 pounds or so. I mean, he's a big kid, able to do a lot of things with the ball. The Buckeyes want 3 running backs in the class of 2025, so Bo being the first makes a lot of sense. He's obviously the local kid, and so you'd think that's the quote-unquote layup. But it was a battle for a while with Georgia and Alabama. Tony Alford really did not prioritize him as a recruit the way that Carlos Loughlin did when he got into town. So it was just – and that's not a bad thing or whatever. Everyone has their individual priorities and their individual preferences. So for Ohio State, when Carlos Loughlin was hired, Loughlin had been working on Bo Jackson while he was at Oregon, so they had a pre-existing relationship, and really nothing skipped a beat. Ryan Day's always been very involved, but he's a top 5 player in the state of Ohio, and simply put, even in the world we now live in, where it's harder than ever to recruit in the state, you can't lose top 5 players in the state to Georgia or Alabama. So the Buckeyes got it done.
So when Carlos Loughlin came to Ohio State, did he talk to Jackson's mom and drop a "Sorry, Miss Jackson, the Bucks are for real"?
I can't confirm or deny that, Bob, but I will tell you that Bo's real name is Lamar Michael Jackson.
That's amazing. Gosh.
I don't know if there's been a better name in Buckeye lore. That seems to be pretty good. Burm, do they bring these recruits out here to the Memorial Tournament at all? Like, do they do that?
Why not?
I think so. I think they attempt to keep kids away from those situations.
They had the players up here the other day.
Well, players are adults, Bob.
Hey, there's no rules in recruiting anymore. I mean, these guys are all they're millionaires in college. You can do whatever you want. But listen,
there are no rules, but there are standards.
The standard is the standard, Burm. You know that.
That's right. I know that better than anyone but you.
Always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here.
Yep.
Enjoy camping today, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
All right, guys. Thanks. See you.
There he goes. Burm, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline.
I mean, Bigger McCracken once famously said, "I can buy my way out of anything." And so, I don't know. I mean, you get enough cash in college, you can do whatever you want.
Wise man always also once said, "I got 5 passports. I'm never going to jail." So who knows? We're going to reveal our fan poll next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, watch for crews clearing up a crash on US 42 out in Plain City. This is right just beyond Hickory Ridge Road. Expect some lane closures going northbound. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
For roof leaks and roof replacements, call Legacy Roofing Services, Central Ohio's commercial roofing leader. Legacy Roofing Services, ranked in the top 100 roofers in America. Call Legacy today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
Hey guys, Andy Katzenmoyer for Game Day Men's Health. Struggling with low energy, lack of focus, and trouble in the bedroom? You might have low testosterone. Game Day is here to help. They specialize in low T and other treatments just for men, like vitamin therapy, sexual wellness, and weight loss. Best of all, it's quick. Get started in as little as 1 visit. Go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com/thefan to book your free low T test today. That's GameDayMen'sHealth.com/thefan.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop here, and I want you to picture this. Cannonballs into the lake, s'mores at the fire pit, sleeping under the stars. Well, that could be you when you visit my friends at RCD RV. RCD is having its summer open house, and you don't want to miss it. Huge RV savings all month long in June. New travel trailers as low as $14,995. The area's widest selection, over 600 new and pre-owned RVs in stock. Start your summer adventure at RCD RV. Visit one of the 3 Central Ohio locations or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate. Why make things harder than they need to be? There's a better way to save time and money. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Do you subscribe to the Fan's YouTube channel? Well, why not? Catch our best interview, Stupid Man and Bone videos, and live video of our shows as they happen.
You can participate in your neighborhood watch.
Search 971 The Fan and subscribe today.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam here for Truehold. If you had a crystal ball, you wouldn't agonize over when to sell your home. You would just ask these questions. Should I sell when my home's value is sky high? Or wait and hope that the bottom doesn't drop out of the housing market? The thing is, I'm not ready to move. You don't need a crystal ball with Truehold's Sell and Stay program. You can literally sell now and stay in your home as long as you'd like. When you sell your home to Truehold for its best current value, you can fully cash out on your home's equity, and you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Truehold pays property taxes, insurance, and all the maintenance and upkeep, too. Truehold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. You can get an offer now while your home's value is sky high and use the money to secure your retirement, pay off bills, or finance your dreams. It's your money. Do whatever you want with it. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's best value without moving. Again, that's Truehold.com.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like climbing a mountain, but that mountain is also covered in banana peels. Then when something new gets added to your list, you're like, nope, I'm already climbing this huge, super slippery banana peel mountain of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to manage your policy on our mobile app. So climbing that banana peel mountain feels more like a leisurely stroll. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, look for partly to mostly sunny skies, highs in the upper 70s. Tonight, we're going to drop down to the 60s. It should be dry. And then as we head into tomorrow, we're going to be looking at mostly sunny skies, high temperatures in the middle 70s. That's a look at your latest forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Panic and passion. Is that a motivational quote or the title of an adult romance novel? You're listening to Morning Juice.
We here on The Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Uncle Bo and the boy is going to be up. Actually, just Uncle Bo and the boy. Uncle Bo and Reese.
Let's hear it for the boy.
Finch Chopper has his face.
It was Denise Williams' birthday 2 days ago, too.
He just has his face falling off because of poison ivy.
I love that Reese drops a Viserys Targaryen, just face melting, getting the man in the iron mask.
Are you allergic to it? I'm not.
So my wife never got it growing up, and then she got it older. She said, "What is this?" I'm like, "This is poison ivy." Okay. And she's like, "I never had it before." And they grew up like in Portsmouth. They're around stuff.
You're around it.
She just never had it. Like my dad has a hypersensitivity to it, where we would like have big brush fires that he'd clean out stuff, and if he would burn it and be close to the smoke, he would sometimes get it. I've got a great story of getting it in Dallas while I'm playing. That's why I have no tolerance for chops. I mean, I played with dudes. I've watched Schlegs have this stuff in areas that you only touch with tissue paper. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like he's had it all over his body, and like you know what you do? You play. You know, you rub some aloe on it, you put some tussin on it, Beam, and you go out there and play.
You put some Equiblock on it.
Equiblock, yeah, burns it. Honestly, you know what I would do? I would rub it down raw. And then I would pour rubbing alcohol on it.
Did Schleg say that he put like bleach on it?
You put bleach. Anything that will like burn it off and it'll just scab it.
Hydrogen peroxide would probably.
No, you need something more powerful. It has to have like chlorine or alcohol in it. And yeah, Schlegs, you open it up till it would bleed, and then it burns, and then it scabs, and then it doesn't itch anymore. So I don't know how it's probably worse and it scars worse. I wouldn't recommend doing that on your face, but like on arms and legs.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I used to get it all the time growing up. I mean, my dad would get it, but Courtney never. Then she got it as an adult. I'm like, yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? Poison ivy is brutal. But if
I'll get it. I mean, I'm going to get it at some point, probably.
Well, dude, if you've worked on a golf course, I mean, the easiest place to get it is like golf courses and stuff.
We're doing yard work. I mean, we're pulling weeds and doing all kinds of stuff. I'm sure I've run into it once or twice.
If you haven't gotten it by now, man, although Courtney got it like in her mid-30s, so there's still time. But if I were you, I would hold out hope that you're not allergic to it.
Of course. So before we get out of here today, again, we just want to thank everybody.
Fan poll. Are you allergic to poison
I don't
ivy?
even know. I haven't even asked Shark what the fan poll is because it's easy to avoid him when you're not in the studio.
Well,
so I take my headset off and I can't hear him talking to me. So I have no clue, Sharky, what you did for the fan poll. Did you create one on your own this morning? Putting his headset on.
Of course I did.
Slacker,
you're a slacker.
I tried to get your attention at the 8:30 break to give you the information for today in history tomorrow.
Yeah.
You refused to answer me.
Guess what I was doing at 8:30, Bob?
Getting ready for a Sports Center update.
Writing out a a leaderboard update and calling Burm.
Okay, by the term writing out, you just can't read it off a computer screen? This is 2024.
Well, there were 7 guys on the leaderboard at that point. I had to fill 60 seconds.
Okay, well, just make up some other stuff.
You've got my phone number. Why don't you just text me?
Because you know how much longer it is? I have to type it in. It's a lot of stuff.
All right, call me then.
So much great content happening here. We just want to thank everybody again for coming out here at the Memorial Tournament. We'll be live until 3 o'clock both today and tomorrow. But Chef Steven and Chef Nate knocking it out of the ballpark too, Bob. With those parfaits and breakfast burritos, all kinds of good stuff.
Can't wait for tomorrow. He said tomorrow's going to be the spread. I'm like, Coach,
you guys just wait for tomorrow.
Chef Steven's awesome.
He is awesome. Tom Sprouse doing a great job, too, the media relations director here at the Memorial Tournament. Mike McKee down in Villas. Chad Mark, superintendent, he's going to join us tomorrow at 6:35. I'll be interested to see the scores today as we get out there because this is probably going to, well, it will be, hopefully, the wettest that you will have the golf course all day. But, again, they've got sub-air out there, Bob, so, I mean, they're sucking everything out of the golf course right now. But it will get dry, it'll get firm, it will get fast. Kind of as we get our way towards the end of the weekend. Again, we're on YouTube. We're not in studio this morning, so you can't see us. But you
can hear us.
You can hear us. Yeah, it's fine. You can watch the show even though we're not there. Maybe Meredith and William and Theo tomorrow will be down in the studio. And then someone said, anybody remember Stump the Shark? Robert said that on the YouTube chat. Shark, do you think in our last year of employment we can bring that back? Stump the Shark? That's kind of what we do every day anyways. But can we bring like a special segment back for you once a week?
Only if the promotions department comes up with some prizes to give away.
Well, I'm looking at 2 of them right now. Dan, Scott, they're both here. Done. We can do that for you.
I think the prize, they said, is going to be an afternoon at the pool with you.
That sounds like a dream come true, does it not? Before we get out of here today, our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. You did a great job with this, Sharky. How many rounds of the Memorial Tournament will you attend? None, 1, 2, 3, or all 4?
I like that. I'll be at 2. Maybe a third.
Yeah, I'll be at, today and tomorrow for sure. Who knows what's going to happen here on the weekend. Maybe I'll bring William out in a stroller. We'll just walk around for a little bit. Think that'll be fine?
I told you, no strollers. You got to put them on your shoulders, buddy.
Oh.
Time to start the lunge training.
Well, not even. How about I just carry him around?
Can you get a baby Bjorn? Can he fit in a baby Bjorn?
Probably not.
How about just a?
Can I fit into a baby Bjorn?
Can we take the fan backpack and cut holes in the bottom? He can just sit in there. We'll zip his head up to the top.
We carved that massive pumpkin for him to sit at on Halloween. Bob, I had so much fun today. What do you say we reconvene tomorrow morning on round number 2 out of the Memorial Tournament if they allow us? You good with that?
And a great poison ivy story, too. Put that in the machine.
And I had Larry Allen on the sheet.
Oh, gosh. I didn't get to tell the great Larry Allen stories. Those will be on tomorrow as well.
That's what we call a long tease. Everybody have a great day. Uncle Bo and Reese, they're up next. We are back live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, watch for crews clearing up a crash on US 42 out in Plain City. This is right just beyond Hickory Ridge Road. Expect some lane closures going northbound. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
This is a fan action update.
This action update is brought to you by Tipico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Finally, the NBA Finals gets underway tonight with Boston, a 6.5-point favorite over Dallas in Game 1. Boston is minus 240 on the money line. Dallas to pull off the upsets 2-1. 214.5 is the total tonight. Luka's over-under point totals 31.5. Jason Tatum's is 27.5. For your Tipico action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Save $80 on select sets of Ford Nokian tires at AAA Car Care Plus. Not a member? Not a problem. Everyone can save $80 on Nokian tires through June 15th at AAA Car Care Plus locations. See store for details.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little slice of heaven in a mountain town escape. A pace of life that's less hurried, more authentic, where people greet you with a smile, and experiences feel down to earth, yet elevated. From Appalachian art to wineries and craft breweries, live music to a lively spirit. This is West Virginia. We call it Almost Heaven. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines to protect against wear and deposits. Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select filter for just $33.99 in-store only. Limit supply. Learn more at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The Sign and Drive Green Tag event continues, offering 0% for 84 months with no money down on a John Deere compact utility tractor with loader. Limited time offer. Visit your local Ag Pro today or go online to agproco.com for more information.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Discover why critics are calling Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes the best film of the franchise.
What a wonderful day!
It's a jaw-dropping spectacle that demands to be seen on the biggest screen possible.
I need to go.
Hang on. It is our time. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now playing only in theaters. Rated PG-13. Some material may be inappropriate for children under 13.